I think we're live, maybe. I'm sitting back away from the mic, so hopefully I sound okay, but let me know in the chat. Give me a 1 if I sound okay. Again, for my ergonomics, I wanna try to get a nice right angle in my back here, not be hunched over the whole time, which is causing me to be a little bit further away from my mic. But hit that 1 if I still sound okay, even though hopefully that's okay. So if I gotta be hunched over, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it hours on end like I have in the past. I gotta get a little bit more ergonomic in my setup. Jim, good. Jaboni, Kevin, good morning. Again, Frank, okay, good. Would like confirmation from a few more people that I sound all right. Again, you can just give me a 1 in the chat. And I'll take that 1 as meaning that I do sound okay audio-wise. All right. Good, good, good. WJT, very excellent. All right. Well, what just a choppy morning for me at least. I don't know. The day's green, the day's fine. My other account that I was trading, for those of you that are maybe new, I'm trading prop firm. So the other account, I'm within about $310 of passing that account. Did not touch my pro account today, which I'm glad I didn't, because like I said, it's been so choppy. And then this is the quote unquote live stream account that I started yesterday. For those of you that were on yesterday's live stream, with my doctor's appointment and how all that kind of played out. So, and it's up slightly on that account, which is the account that I guess I should probably talk about that at 11 a.m. That way, when people ask, how's your day going? I can say, you should have been on time. But right now, technically, everybody here is early, so. So here's what I'm thinking right now, just from a live stream standpoint. Yesterday, I showed up at 12:15 p.m. Eastern. Technically speaking, I was a little late because I had internet issues. And then the users were like, and it wasn't the bot attack. The users just organically were going up a whole lot in a hurry. But now I look and we're like stuck at 28 concurrent viewers right now. So is that because there's so many other live streams going on where it's just harder to find people? Would it be, would it be better if I just waited till noon and then just went to the close? I don't know. Again, hard to know because that was just a sample size of 1. But yeah, right now, it seems like we're treading through mud trying to get, same with the likes. The likes yesterday were boom, 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 boom. I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, it would make sense. Nobody's talking in the chat right now. So that, like, the chat's dead. I don't know. I might have to give that another try. Just wait until noon Eastern to try. And, I don't know. I mean, it does make sense. People still sleeping. Who is still sleeping? Even on the West Coast, it's 7:48. Who is still sleeping? They're busy riding. Maybe. But as a reminder, if you've been here before and you know you're going to enjoy, make sure you hit that like button. If you've never been here before, then yeah, no need to, well, first off, welcome. Fantastic. Great to have you. No need to hit the like button because I understand you don't know if you're going to like this or not. Hey, Brewer Door. I do remember that name. I more so remember your little logo there. But hey, good to have you. Welcome back. Yeah, I don't know. Now but again, statistically speaking, it's a sample size of 1. So I don't know if that just meant anything or not, but, and I mean, going up until the close, that was kind of, that took us through power hour. So I don't know. Hey, good morning from Norway. Always cool to see people from around the world. But yeah, right now, I don't know what. I mean, really, the right move on everything, I think, given what the charts are telling us, is you just assume everything is a fake break until one of these breaks proves to be true, whether that's a breakout or a breakdown. You just got to assume that it's not real, and then you do set a stop in case. So, for example, I don't know, maybe I'll even do this, but like go short right there up at this area of resistance, and then you just put a stop like up above the high somewhere. That way, if it is actually a genuine breakout, you don't get you don't get roasted. I'll expand my hours, Frank, if you expand your usage of code Clay. Can we work on that deal? You go get 250K, or you go get 150Ks with code Clay, Frank, and I'll expand my hours. How's that? Can we land on that deal, Frank? Nearly got chopped up on my eval account by shorting it. Yeah, exactly. That's why, in some senses, I feel very grateful to be green today. I mean, I'll go as far as saying if you are green today, wear that as a badge of honor, because today has not been easy. Now, if you are a fake breakout trader by definition, and that's kind of like your primary go-to setup, then today's probably a really good day for you. I just got one more today. Hey, Frank. Oh, thank you, Frank. Well, did you use code Clay? Are my kids going to be able to eat tonight? Well, thank you. In all seriousness, appreciate that. What was it? Well, you like the 150Ks if I remember right, Frank. So I'm assuming a 150K. So I have that trend line right there. So like I said, I don't know, maybe this is a buy to VWAP, just play the fake breakdown of that trend line. Yeah, I hear you on the wiggle room. That is a nice component. Plus, with Take Profit Trader, if you need a reset for that $100, you're getting, that wiggle room as opposed to $100 getting, the 25K, which with a whole lot less wiggle room. So I think you're playing it right there. For the same $100, might as well get the 150K compared to the 25K. All right, here it comes down here. And I'd like to see it break through there with the idea of playing fake breaks, which is what we've been talking about. So maybe a trade coming up here. I cannot fine tune. Do you mean you cannot fine tune? Fine? But if you mean what you said, you cannot fine tune. Oh, fine tune. Okay, yeah. So fine, Fine, fine tune. That's what you meant. Fine, no bueno. Fine tuna. Well, in this situation, it bounced beautifully right off the trend line. So I guess shoulda, coulda, woulda. Hindsight voices. Should have just bought that trend line. ES is looking a lot better, is it? All right, let's take a look at ES. Oh, yeah, ES definitely has a trend to it, huh? There is quite a departure today. ES actually got some trend to it. So is ES going to eventually drag up the NQ is the question. Interesting dynamic. Yeah, I am definitely on a day like this. There's no way I'm going anything close to big size or unless something changes, right? The day is still relatively young. Maybe I think we're pretty light on news too. Even YM is more active. Oh wow, yeah. When the YM's more active, you know that the NQs are a little bit. I mean, we have this big old pattern here. I mean, But it's just really a question of, is it actually going to be like a legitimate break? So I mean that's what I'm seeing, just from kind of a holistic point of view, being defined since the New York Stock Exchange open. Which, by the way, does anybody know what happened? Like this is this is why prop firms are a good thing. Can you imagine trading futures with your own money and then you just kind of go on tilt with a move like that? Look at that. Holy, does anybody know what happened there? Again, this happened about 1 a.m. And this was on quality volume, but you know, if you're a prop firm trader, at least you only lost your account. You're out a couple $100 at most. But I mean, can you imagine? I mean, you know, there are some people out there that they trade futures and they're like, no, I'm not going to use a prop firm. I'm going to use my own money. Can you imagine if right here was one of those days where they said, you know what, let me just adjust my stop down. Let me move it down some more. Or you know what? I usually don't buy more, but let me try to average down. Oh, man. Whew. Hey, good morning, Travis. So nobody knows what happened there? Absolutely crazy. Oh, it broke my trend line while we were gone. Look at... Does everybody remember me, what I was saying? What did I say my trade plan was going to be? Does anybody remember? Just so people know that I'm not sitting here, armchair quarterback, hindsight trading. Was anybody here when I mapped out what my trade plan would be? Unbelievable. The power of charts. If anything, the power of charts. Are charts perfect? They're not. But I think they're a tool that is definitely worthwhile using. Big sell-off at the end of Asia, but I don't know what the actual cause was. Yeah. Yeah. I said, given this is a fake breakout market, fake breakdown, if it breaks that trend line, I could see myself being interested at the VWAP for the fake break of the trend line. And sure enough, broke the trend line, came down there, boop, boop. But I was over here pondering what happened with that one movement. I'm wondering if no. I was thinking, do you get short now with a break of VWAP? But bringing over the 5-minute here, that's kind of scary because down at these lows. So it also makes sense why it bounced where it did. Not only was VWAP right there, we have that purple line right there, 50 period simple moving average. And you can see that moving average already has quite the track record of stepping up and providing support. So hopefully after, that's happened essentially 3 times before, hopefully nobody's like, whoa, where did that come from? Where did that bounce off the purple line come from? That's totally random. No, that was not random at all. Again, does that mean it's guaranteed to happen? Of course not. That's not how charts work. But could you argue that you have an edge? Yeah, what is your edge? Well, past history. Past history is showing that it's bounced off that area before. Again, doesn't mean that it will again, but nobody could accuse you of doing something totally random. And that's what trading is. It's just, no guarantees, but trying to make educated guesses. I'm watching that 5-minute. Okay, in. Out. What? Was that seriously only worth $20? What? I don't watch P&L when I trade. That plays too many mind games with me. But I thought that was going to be more than $20. I know I'm on the MNQs, but I still had 5. Well, I guess, then again. This is only, I mean, this distance here is 10 points. So, okay. No, I guess that does make sense. For some reason, I thought it'd be more than that, but I suppose that does make sense. So anyways, that was just a little bit of a scalp. Mainly, I was watching the 5-minute when it got right down around that purple line. As I was just explaining, bought right there for a bit of a scalpy scalp bounce off of it. Although like I said, I did think that was going to be worth more than 20 bucks. But it does make sense. So I'm not blaming the algos or the AI or the platform or the broker. I'm not blaming anybody. Just saying I thought it would have been a little bit more. All right, now we're at the pink line right there. We are seeing some direction here. So this is encouraging in the sense of, okay, at least it didn't break down here, break the trend line, and then that green candle just go straight back up. This one actually did get continuation. Sure, it had that little hiccup right there, but nothing can go break a line and go straight down. Sometimes you need a little bit of consolidation. And in this situation, it was only that one green candle. These are 2-minute candles, so that, only lasted 2 minutes before now actually getting some continuation. So, that is encouraging. Text my wife real quick. Yes, I'm texting my wife. Can you take a look at the barn design? Period. Sam just texted us again. Period. I'm thinking he wants to keep things moving. Question, should I stop trading for today or break out the golden shovel? I'm down. I don't know. Right now, I want to say just be done with it because this is a rough day. But I mean, days can always change. So maybe this turns into we start to get some really beautiful moves. Look at that. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. Pink line there, 200 period something moving average, right off of it, just like it did basically right there too. So again, none of these lines are magical pills or anything like that, but yeah, I don't know. I would say no, Jim, just because this seems like a way to just send yourself on. I don't know. Are you on tilt right now? Or are you feeling pretty calm? Don't lie. Meaning, don't lie. Of course, I guess don't lie to me, but more importantly, don't lie to yourself. Don't tell yourself you're not on tilt if you actually are. You're calm as a cucumber, huh? I hear cucumbers can get pretty sassy. Hey, if you're enjoying, make sure you hit that like button. Let's try to push this up to 50 likes. Would love to get 50 likes before the 30-minute mark. We're at 19 minutes, so 11 minutes to try to get this up to 50 likes. If you're new here, the stream is a function of your interest level as a viewer. I will go up as, in fact, I've had some go beyond 4 hours because that like button creeps up, and I use that like button to gauge people's interest. So if you're interested, if you're finding value, if you're finding entertainment, if you're finding anything positive, hit that like button. That's a very, that's not one of those, vanity metrics. Like, oh, I just want to see as many likes. No. I'm using that as hardcore data to gauge, are people enjoying this or am I wasting my time right now? So if you are enjoying, like I said, hit that like button. There's a very real world impact in terms of impacting the live stream in terms of if it continues or not. I am interested in a long if it wants to come back down here because I have a pretty nice little, well, not necessarily because I have all this wish-wash over here. Yeah. Maybe a short here though. See if this is some sort of just fake bounce, or is this just part of the chop and it's going to come all the way back up here? I suppose that could be the case. Okay, in. Uh-oh. Is this going to be... Like I said, let's see if it is a rejection. Green line is my stop, just in case this is just going to chop right back up. And I need to be out with and I am out. So, yep. Looks like a genuine move right back up. So the chop continues. I was thinking maybe comes up here, gets rejected off the 21 EMA, which it did a couple times before. It gets rejected off the trend line, then comes back down. But as of now, not seeming like it cared about any of those levels, and it's just going to keep on moving up. So welcome to the choppy world. So this, once again, is discouraging, because just when we thought it was finally maybe finding some sort of trend, we get this spike back up. So even if this does come back down, that's hard to deal with. Because from here all the way up to there, I mean, that's knocking out shorts that were, trying to play this trend. Now, maybe there's some shorts that are still, got their stop maybe above that that level right there. So to be fair to some shorts, maybe they're able to survive this storm. But I as you all just witnessed right there, I was not able to survive it. Hey, JJ Max. How's I never did ask. How's everybody's days going here? I would definitely say as long as they're within reach of being able to get cleaned. Day's going good. Another live. Very good. Green this morning, but not as... Yeah, Labrador. Like I was saying earlier. Oh, I guess I can go over my day now that we have... it is officially 11 a.m. So yeah, my day, it's fine. On a day like this, which I would consider very choppy. In fact, if you're just joined, just had a stop. Went short on the back test here, and it just popped up and kept going. So I was like, all right, well, I'm not going to risk having this be some V-shape. But yeah, I'll default to your judgment, period. Whatever you think will be best. Sorry, we're trying to figure out, getting a pole barn built right now, so I'm trying to figure that out. The guy that's doing it for us is, which is a good sign, because sometimes contractors, it's like, could you be maybe a little bit more communicative? I think I just made up that word. But right now he's kind of like texting us, hey, did you see the design? Hey. And so I'm like, well, that's good. Let's not leave him hanging out to dry here. Good day here. 2 TPT pros done for the day. Up about an hour ago. Nice. Day 1 of new pro up. Oh, nice. Are those all 25Ks, Hooch? But, nice. So my day, didn't touch my pro just because I'd like to think my gut instincts are starting to kind of figure out how the day will play out. I do need to get some more pros activated. I have quite a few just kind of sitting behind the scenes, but regardless, didn't touch my pro. This one is now actually very close to passing, $310 away from passing. And then yeah, this is the live stream account that I started yesterday for the reasons I discussed in yesterday's, but I'm not going to recap all that. Just watch yesterday's live stream and you'll know why I started this account. So that's the one I have here. So yes, overall green, but a very choppy day, and I'm one of those days where I'm very grateful to be green. I will keep trading this one because I know people like to see trades on the live stream, but I will also say I will be surprised if this closes green on the day, just because of stuff like this. You get short at what I believe to be a more than logical spot. I put my stop in an area that I thought, this was either going to be a back test and immediately, but no, first decided to chop up there and then come back down. But yes, I think that I will probably get chopped to pieces. I suppose I could always just do the opposite of what I think. So, hey, if you think you're going to go short there, just go long because it'll probably pop up for at least a chop. I suppose I could do that, but it's been a challenging day for me. So that's why any of you that are green out there, I would say well done. And if you're red, I get it. And as an FYI, when I stare off in that direction, I have another monitor right here that I'm looking at. So I'm not like staring off into oblivion. There's a reason for it. I'm not trying to be like awkward. Hey, let's get 7 more likes. Let's push this up to 50, and that'll be a good opening barrage. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this line for now. The setup is still in play for me, but just going to watch it play out, see if my original... Yeah, kind of do like a mental paper trade on it. Oh, wow, brutal. Okay, all right. Said, hey, 7 more likes, and they did not budge at all. All right, Savage Group here, Savage Group. I'll try to kick up my A game here a little bit. Either that or this will just be a very short stream because everybody's like, yeah, Clay, you just don't have it today. But I'll try to get it. That was brutal. What do people think? Maybe I should do a poll, long or short right now. Is this bullish or bearish? I'm tempted to set up a poll, just see what people think about this action right now. See, I'm thinking I want to go short again, but am I about to just get... Okay, yeah, I agree, Hooch. It really does just seem like that. Like, just flip a coin. Yeah, you're right. This is the hard part about being a trader. On days like this where it's literally just chop, 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 chop. Just kind of trying to wait for some sort of direction. And like I was saying earlier, I had false hope because as it started to come down, I thought, okay, are we finally starting to get a direction? And we got our answer. No. It's still choppy because back up it went, back down. And then it's just still within this overall range here. So, yeah, we actually did not get any sort of confirmation of anything other than, I guess, confirmation that it is still choppy. But that was all false, or, because I had that tread line in, I can't remember. Somewhere right around there. So it did, as I was explaining to people earlier, seem like we were going to start to get some continuation. But nope. Back up it went. So never mind. False alarm on that tread line break. And we'll have to see if this wants to try to push up through this tread line right here. Yeah. Back to the whole, just the statistics. Yesterday I went live at 12:15 and I was late. So it's like, is there a little value in being slightly late than what you said? Because yesterday we were over 100 viewers, like almost within 5 minutes, and now we're still at 90 and we're almost 30 minutes in. So I don't know. Maybe I need to wait till like noon Eastern to start these. I'm not sure. And just start to make it from noon to close. All right. Approaching. I definitely don't trust this breakout. I'm not buying this breakout. Yeah, maybe so, JJ. I don't know. Maybe that. Yeah. So maybe that's why it seemed like an outlier because people were expected. I'm pretty sure I got recommended due to the bot attack, but joke's on them. Yeah, that's encouraging. I would assume the bot attack's going to happen at some point, unless the guy's finally over it, but yeah. You know, just for giggles, I'm going to try a fake break here. Just one. Okay, come up a little bit more. Let's see if this is... Okay. Okay, there we go. Put my stop up there. Look at that. Yep, nice. Come on down a little bit more. Let's just move my stop loss now to slightly green. So this will be a winning trade no matter what now. I'll bring my stop loss down as it goes in my favor. Yeah, there it was. Fake break. Let me move it down to slightly above that high there. And stopped out there. So there you go. I guess that's the type of market. Trust nothing other than to do the opposite. It broke out? No. Fake breakout. Get short. So there was a winning trade by literally just assuming it was a fake break. Which is not how I prefer it. I'd prefer to see that break and then start to get, start to see it get rolling. Do you try to short again? Hey, Rangers here. 900 fake, 900 attack fake. 900 attack fake. I'm not quite sure what you mean by attack fake. Are you going to text him back? Question mark. Okay. Like I said, I prefer to see this breakout and start to put together something. That would be my preference. The last thing I really want to see is for this thing to come back down here, because that would just tell us that, well, the chop is still... But we are still within the range. So even this trend line here is a little... Let's just map out what seems to be the overall range. So we'll call the top of the range, give or take, up here. Apply. Hey, where did you go? There it is. So let's call that the top of the range that we're kind of in right now. And then let's map out the bottom of the range. Perhaps your range is a little different than mine. No problem there. So, like I said, to be fair to this trend line here, the price could break through like it's done and then come back down. But did it actually really... Well, no, because it's just still stuck in the sideways range right here. So, it will break 890. Uh-oh. We got people talking uncertainties. So you're all in, Ranger? Are we going to see another Iron Trojan Horse? Yeah, I'm looking for the bald-faced dolphin trade. It has not quite shown up yet. I want to see that bald face backward dolphin flip trade show up. Potentially, if we're lucky enough, we may see the very elusive, very, very elusive Mac Daddy Manatee trade. The Mac Daddy Manatee trade. If you're my age, you'll remember when I say save the manatees, you'll know what I mean by that. The manatees were saved, and now we have the Mac Daddy Manatee setup. Very rare, though. From my understanding, there's only been 13 traders in the history of trading that have ever witnessed it. I just used the clay trade. Attaboy. Is that the crisscross? No, no, no. Crisscross trade. That's a whole nother setup. We may see a little vanilla ice baby breakout, but we'll see. Why do I feel lost right now? Because you're not up to date on all the newest strategies and concepts in trading. That's all right. Not everybody's heard of the Mac Daddy Manatee setup. Gonna go long on those MAs in the trend line? No. If anything, I'm thinking about long of a break here at 880. That level I called out in the chat quite a while ago. Still kind of an interesting area to me. In fact, yeah, I'm going to throw a buy order out there. Risky, but we'll see what happens. Hey, Bart, good to see you. Again, I am looking to buy if it wants to come up and hit. There we go. That green line right there. Donald Rowan says that it will break, or said it will break 890. Guaranteed, he said. He didn't say it might. He didn't say he thinks. He said it will break. So if that's going to be the case, that's a guarantee. Why not take some easy money here? Clay, it seems you play the body of the candles instead of the wicks. Okay. Can you check 5 minute? For what? There's a 5 minute. What am I checking for? There's not a whole lot going on. Not a whole lot going on. Hey, Doc. Good to see you. Remember your name from yesterday? Good, looking to buy at the green line there. If it wants to come back up to that area. But as of now, seeming like it maybe just pulls back. But we'll see if the price does want to try to... It is back testing this breakout point here. So do we get a back test? Nope, there is no going to be. All right, go ahead, get rid of that. So again, this is not the most encouraging thing. As I was saying earlier, you got the trend line break. It started to come up, but now what it's doing? Right back down it goes. Which brings the question, why, oh, why am I even thinking about trying to buy a breakout? That is good. That is a good question. But as it comes back down, never mind. I'm going to cancel that order out. And the chop continues. Welcome to Chop City. Second place gets a set of steak knives. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Third place gets a nutcracker. Just below. Wait, just below VWAP? Oh, okay. I see. That makes sense. He asked the question. Back down we go. Let's do this. I am gonna do a poll just because I'm. Wait, where do I do polls at? Okay. Okay, so whose team are you on right now? Or where are you at right now with all this activity? Where are you at? Oh yeah, Judd is the dip. I'm out. Do not see any reason to play. Oh, okay. Yeah, have a good one, Brolador. Hopefully we'll see you back again. I've been integrating fib retracements more in my strategy. Gotta say, yesterday were good days for me. Very good. Okay, so a lot more people bullish. And a lot of people just decided not to, I guess. All right, interesting. Interesting. How to use the volume profile? Just to gauge where areas of support and resistance may be. Don't care playing the range. So where's your next trade at, Frank? Playing the range. So what does that look like for you? Where's your next trade? Hey, good morning, Soak. And back down we go. But as I pointed out, within context, this all makes sense. I mean, there's a bottom of this range, there's a top of the range, and we really just continue to chip back and forth. I have a buy at the 200 1M. And then where's your stop at, Frank? Also been experimenting with the fixed range volume profile with a range Monday, Friday. I have no idea what a point of control is, but cool. Hopefully your experimenting is going well. Sig. I like SIGs, Kyle. Trump's talking today. Long time watcher, first time in chat. Really enjoy it. Appreciate you. Hey, thanks. Thanks, Tommy. Thanks for speaking up. Have a buy at the 200. How can your stop loss be 852, Frank? That doesn't make any sense. You said your buy is at... Oh, wait. Oh, on the 1 minute. I apologize. Okay. Yeah, I have several. Glock. Smith & Wesson. Well, maybe I have a few. Because, right, couples 2, few is 3. Yeah, Smith & Wesson, Glock. Yeah, I guess I don't have as many. I have several of each one of those, but Hey, Joseph, good morning. All right, maybe we're getting a potential long here taking place. Or setting up at least. Oh, gotcha. Now let's see how it acts around the pink line here. Whoa, whoa, okay, okay. I'm one and done for the day. Really? You only make one trade every day, Bart? Or are you just saying that for today? I couldn't imagine being a one and done trader. That seems... I don't know. I don't know if I'd be disciplined enough. I like to make at least a few trades. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm not quite sure I would be capable of pulling off such a feat. All right. Again, I'd like to think the Bears are taking over, but I'm just waiting for this thing to snap right back up. Okay, we're at kind of the bottom area of the range. Is Trump talking right now? Whoa, whoa, okay, okay. Now we're getting spicy. I hope longs had stops. Donald, you said we will go up to 890, man. Come on. That's why you can't talk in certainties like that. You can't talk in certainties and say we are going to do something. Okay, I have an order to buy at that green line right there. I'm going to buy some more right there. And then I'll put a stop down there as my kind of my do or die point. As it bounces back up. Now I'm wondering, do I try to get short here? Is this some true downwards momentum here finally? Or am I about just to get suckered in with the chop monster? Is the chop monster knocking on my door? Only needed 500 to reach the 3,000 goal in blue, the 50K challenge, trying to size up. Oh, no. What the? Huh? Oh, I met. Oh, you heard me. I was thinking short. What? Okay, who's saying what? Who's saying what? U.S.-China trade talks in London have just finished, but nothing actually said about it. Okay. Oh, okay. All right, the range has finally been broken. And this, is this going to just keep bleeding? There we go. Chase that one, but I'll take it. $104 just like that. Clearly some downwards pressure has shown up. This is futures. What do you trade, Elizabeth? Oh boy. I don't know. We're close and been waiting all morning for that move. Hopefully you got it, Anthony. I looked for just a second, was talking about getting short, looked for just a second, and then poof, missed it. Oh, okay. All right. Let me see if I can get this past here. This might either be a pass or fail. But this is the type of action I was looking for. All right, I'm going to try to pass this account. But this is either going to be I blow up the account or I get it past there. But this is the sort of action that because I don't need a whole lot. Oh, that's still kind of more move than what I would expect. Longed with a tight stop loss. Well, hopefully you honored that stop loss, Bart. Oh, I think you're answering that beforehand. All right, if you're excited for this movement, hit that like button. If you're like, all right, I like this stuff, hit that like button. Do I try to go for the pass? Like I said, I'm very close to passing this test account. But it's so volatile that if I'm wrong, it's basically accounts roasted. And I will not pass. But I only need 3 points. But sometimes on these ones, if you don't get that 3 points, then because it's so volatile and it goes against you, it's account roasted. What's up, first time here? Hey, good to see you, Jay. Elizabeth, that you never answered. What do you trade, Elizabeth? Do you trade options? Or hopefully you're not day trading options. Day trading options is no good. Take it long? Iran becoming much more aggressive in nuclear talks, Trump tells Fox News. I'm a day trader of futures. The only way to go about it. Day trader of futures. Day trading everything else is very inefficient. Very, very inefficient. Mathematically provable. Very, very inefficient. Yesterday, somebody showed up talking about NCNA, a penny stock, and how they made $5,000 on it. I'm like, yeah, let me show you how inefficient that is. I'll put it this way. They walked away from that conversation because I showed them the math, and they're now they are pursuing day trading futures. I did day trade options before, and what an idiot I was for many years. I did, yes. Not one of my brightest moments. Futures, option stocks, whatever, that gives me money. Thanks. Is this for free? Is what for free? Is the live stream free? Yep. I day trade low float small cap stocks. Why? Why? Do you understand how inefficient and risky that is? But they can move so big. No, they can't. I can show you futures and how futures make low float small cap stocks look like paint drying. And there's way less risk because of Pam's plant. I get the allure. I know there's certain individuals that make it seem like that's the great, but I'm telling you, the math is just not mathin'. The math is not mathin'. Especially when you look at capital required. Well, why are you even doing that? Jay, let me guess. You want to be a day trader, but because you have less than $25,000, you want to grow a smaller amount into up over $25,000 so that you can day trade and make as many trades as you want every single day. Does that seem about right, Jay? Am I barking up the right tree? Okay, I might. I can already. So why are you trading something that's so slow move? No, you can't. You can't because you'll all run out of cash, Jay, because of the settlement rules. You cannot. Incorrect. You'll run out of cash because you got to let that cash settle. So eventually you'll run out. Yeah, but that's the point is now you got to make sure you don't run out. There's a way where you don't have to worry about any of that stuff. You can just trade freely as often as you want, and not to mention make way more than small cap stocks and trades things that move way, way better. This stuff right here, futures, makes small caps look like nonsense. Like I said, somebody showed up yesterday, I made $5,000 on NCNA. I'm like, yeah? So how much money do you normally put in a trade, Jay? I think this is the trade. Either it breaks down or I don't know. Let's see. Either pass or account blows up. Here we go. Only need 3 points from it. I don't see any reason to ever want to. If you don't have to use your own funds, don't use your own funds, Bart. When did I discover them? I discovered them a long time ago because members of my community have been telling me about them a long time ago. I just was too stubborn. And then they told me about prop firms, but I was kind of sketched out, which I think I was right to do. And then, so that was like another couple years, but then I saw plenty of members getting paid. So then back in November, I was like, all right, let me give it a try. And since then, I was like, wow, futures are so much better. But like, Jay, so I'll walk you through the math. Like, how much money do you usually put in one of these small cap stocks? Oh yeah, Jay. Yeah. No, I'm just no. And I don't mean to imply that's what you're telling me that you think I'm wrong or anything. So cool. Yeah. Well, you're in the right spot because I'm trying to trade this right now, but I'll walk you through some math here in a moment. All right. Let's see what happens. Here we go. Either blow up or pass. Right here. If it comes down to that red line. Blow up or pass. Pass or fail. Here we go. Yeah, Bart. I mean, data leak. What is that? I mean, a data leak can happen with your broker. You know what I mean, Bart? Like, is it your position that data leaks can happen with a live account, whoever you have your live account with? All right, here we go. I was getting close. Again, I'm trying to pass this test account here. Only need 3 points. But if I'm wrong, because I'm going big size, it's going to be a count over. We'll see if it wants to come back down, though. Okay, never mind. Do I try it right here now? Versace, I am shocked, Versace. You've been here for so long and you still don't understand that if I was in a trade right now, Versace, those numbers would be fluctuating. Some people make me scratch my head. You're one of them now. Again, Versace has been here almost since the beginning. So for them to not know whether or not I'm in a trade is just blows my mind. Blows my mind that they don't know how my screen works. Again, Versace, if these numbers are fluctuating, that means I'm in a trade. I don't know. He said, are you long? To be fair, maybe they meant, am I long biased? But I think they could have equally, if not more, meant, am I long? Well, we are now, now V-shaping essentially right back to where it was. So maybe this is no longer it. I'm still in my long from 778. Well, why don't you call that out ahead of time, Bart? Or did you call it out ahead of time? Did you call out that entry point 778 and your stop ahead of time, or are you just telling us now? It does make me want to just run the other direction in fear when people say easy money, because there is nothing easy about any of this. How about a short off the 21 EMA? Maybe. But again, if I'm trying to pass here, so I need to have something be extra spicy or like extra good. But yeah, this thing right now, I don't know if shorting is the play. This right now seems like it could just very well be a total V shape straight back up. Yeah, it is. Yeah, exactly. It's easy after you're up 50 points. I told you earlier that I was going to long with a tight stop. I know. What I'm asking, Bart, though, is did you give me that long number and that short number, or did you just make a broad statement? That's what I'm asking, Bart. I don't care about people telling, hey, I'm going to long with a tight stop. Well, what does that mean? Like, that's just a broad statement. What I'm asking is, somewhere up earlier in the chat, and to be fair, maybe you did, did you tell us all that you were going to get long at 778, and then your stop was going to be at, like, well, it would have had to have been at least at 740? Like, did you do that earlier? Verse Ace, are you long? Are you long right now, Verse Ace? Are you long? Like, do you have an account, whether it's a prop firm account or, some sort of your own money account? And are you long in that account right now? All right, is this maybe it? I'm still trying to potentially... Okay, well, next time, Bart, the chef's kiss, the, like, full credible trade plans, or where you tell us your entry point, your stop, and your target before the price gets to any of those levels. That's the chef's kiss right there. But yeah, just saying I'm going to get short and then tight stop, or I'm going to get long, tight stop. Those are kind of just broad statements. But congrats on the trade. But next time, for your next one, Bart, so I guess probably tomorrow, since you only do one per day. But tomorrow, Bart, make sure you just let us know the actual entry point number, the actual stop loss number, the actual number of your target before the price gets there. Oh boy. I better stay away. I'm going to go to my other one. Wow. Look at this stuff. And then even when it does go, now it's V-shaped back up. So shorts are just, hopefully shorts have been disciplined and just under those stops. Versace. Well, I don't know. I'm not that smart, so I'm just going with Versace. And right back. I mean, this is the epitome of a V-shape right here. Hey, Clay, can you explain a V-shape? What is a V-shape? I've heard of a V-shape recovery. Right here. You notice how it looks like a V, which makes longs very happy and shorts very sad. Borderline depressed if they were not being disciplined. Nothing like trying to live stream and then coordinate pole barn designs with the builder, with your wife at the same time, who may be downstairs or maybe at Costco right now. I don't know. But I am a multitasking fool right now. I guess I should put a trade on. Then that way I could say that I'm actually trying to manage a live trade too at the same time. But I am a multitasking either moron or genius right now. Hindsight will be our judge. I just forwarded you the newest design period. He must be working with the designer right now in real time. All right, in, short, 5. Wait, what? Oh, okay, that was a partial at first. Thinking it's going to want to come back and at least retest those lines. This is my aggressive account that I'm totally okay getting more aggressive with. Come on. All right, out on that one. That didn't work out. Yeah, it don't care right now. No, there's no manipulation out there. People freaked out. It went down, and then people... this is just a microcosm of markets, right? It's emotions. People panic. And then people overdo panic. People shouldn't have panicked as much. Up it goes. There's no manipulation. It's supply and demand. It's emotions. There is no magical, mystical thing out there that's doing everything. If you believe in some sort of algorithm, AI, market makers, I have some oceanfront property and I will sell you. Since 2006, Gary. But guess what? That's a logical fallacy. Irrelevant. Even if I said I've been trading for the past 70 years, what does that have to do with anything? Irrelevant. Logical fallacy. You're appealing to authority. Irrelevant, Gary. Who cares how long I've been trading? I'm the clown because I don't believe that there is some sort of magical, mystical force that did that. Okay, gotcha. See you later. All right, he probably believes in stop loss hunting too. Yeah, that's fine. They're algorithms, but this whole idea that there's some sort of thing out there that makes everything magically mystical move. It's like, no. You can always sell who probably started in penny stocks because I didn't, like, who does everybody blame in penny stocks? The evil what? Market makers. You know, it's always the market makers. It's always something external. Why do these external things exist? Because we as traders, we always like to try to blame somebody else, or from a salesman standpoint, we want to sell something, right? Because if, as a salesman, if I can get you to believe that there is some sort of thing that exists out there, and hey, guess what? I understand this thing. I know how to make money from this thing. Hey, that makes me look pretty good, right? So, easiest one is the whole stop loss hunting thing, right? And as I always say, and be honest, intellectually honest with yourself, have you ever been in a trade where you're like, oh, I'm going to get stopped out? Oh, yeah, I'm definitely getting stopped out here. Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, it's literally like right at my stop. And then it never gets you. And then it goes in your favor. And it turns out to be a winning trade. I know I've been there many, many times. Well, my question would be, well, if stop loss hunters and stop loss hunting and all that stuff existed, well, explain those moments to me. What exactly happened? Like, what if you're designed to hunt the stop losses and quite literally my stop loss was right there? Why did it not get me? Like, was the algo all of a sudden did it break? Like, why is that? Because there's no stop loss hunting. It's just confirmation bias. If you have a bias that stop loss hunting exists, then when you do get stopped out, you're like, oh, they hunted my stop loss. Or if it goes in your favor, because it doesn't confirm your bias, the way your brain works is it'll just cast it off. It won't remember it. It'll discard it because it does not confirm your bias. So, yeah. But that was weird. What? You don't believe in manipulation? Clown. See ya. Okay. This is just people overreacted to something. Now think about it. Think about it. And this is a perfect example. This is why, like, if you're going to call me a clown, don't call it to me on situations like this. Let's say, for example, let's say that there was a thing, and this thing caused this downwards move. What would this thing needed to have done to cause this downwards move? They were neutral going in, and then they decided to manipulate it down. What would this thing, this group, this whatever, what would they have needed to do? This thing. Again, to cause this right here, what would they have needed to do? Like I said, this is a terrible example to say that there is something that occurred. Yeah, Bruce, irrelevant. This could apply to anything. This could be stocks. This could be Forex. This could be anything. It's the general idea. It's not... Nobody's going to interact with... I forget there's a delay. Again, think about it. Walk with me through this. If there is a thing out there, what would this thing had needed to do to create this movement down, to manipulate it down? What would it have needed to have done? Oops. Okay, Jordanator is apparently the only one that wants to try to actually learn, or, thank you, Jordanator. You're the only person that's literally interacting with me on this one. Thank you. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it wouldn't need to sell. So what, and what is selling doing? Selling is shorting, right? Okay, so somebody's like, all right, let's get this thing moving down. Let's just start to short, right? Boom. They short this into the ground. Well, tell me what the problem... what does that thing have a problem now of? They use their capital to get short. Now what? So these people, they wanted to manipulate it down, okay? They wanted it down for what? To buy at the bottom. Okay, so they used a bunch of capital to short it down so they could buy. So they're buying their own short, Corey? What are you talking about? To buy at the bottom. So they're literally buying the shares that they were just shorting, so they're taking a loss. So I want to buy down here. So let's just short the market with our own capital. So let's go short, so we can buy here, and then we like short squeeze ourselves. What? No, this is the exact point. It makes no sense. Right, but day trade, like me, global effect, we're not creating the move. Again, under the premise, somebody had enough power to create that move. Well, in order to create the move, there was a bunch of selling that took place. So they sold all that stuff just to buy down here. So they shorted, and now they want it to squeeze back up. Yeah, Salimi, good call on deleting that out because that made no sense, but I still saw it. Now, if you just want to say that this was a big seller that showed up, fine. They just unloaded their position. But that's not manipulation. That's just a big seller selling. Manipulation implies like they're trying to do something, like they wanted something out of it. Yeah, Corey. And the reason was, here's what I said. There was a reason for the market to drop. Yeah, the reason was that's where the buyers finally overwhelmed the sellers. It's basic supply and demand. That's the reason, Corey. I know that's not very cool sounding. Like, yeah, the reason why it stopped going down there was because supply and demand. Buyers overwhelmed sellers. It's amazing. I get it. I need to just start, like I said, there's this thing. I understand this thing. So come buy my course so I can show you how to make money off this thing. Once again, there was clearly, well, because there was some sort of news, I would just say lots of people panicked out. For whatever reason, they didn't like it. And then, they overreacted. Huh. Do you ever overact as a trader? Yeah. So therefore, is it possible that larger groups of people also overact? I don't see any problem in my logic there. If one person who is a human tends to overact from time to time, is it possible that many people might tend to overact? Yeah, and if you put those many people together, you can get stuff like that. Overreaction, back up. But to imply manipulation, like there is one person that shorted this down, well, if they were using all their capital to short it down, they just roasted themselves. Because back up it went. Like they got short here, short here, short here, short here, short here. Maybe they created some panic so they, didn't need to short as much, but shorted some more. And then they, like I said, that makes no sense. What if they take out huge portions? Right. Banks take out portions to profit. That's just selling. There's no manipulation. That's just selling. Manipulation means like, let's get it to go down and then we're going to bring it back up. Let's manipulate the price down and back up. That's very different than just saying, okay, this was a big bank unloading their position. Okay, there's no manipulation there. That's just selling. No, Corey, that's incorrect. Incorrect. Things can never be supply and demand because we as humans, we always need to attach conspiracies to everything. We can never just accept, what's the term for that? There's something out there where like the basic explanation is usually like not good enough for people. There's always got to be like a big story, big theater around it. Anyways, that was the first time where I was just like, no, I don't think that was, clown. Okay, well then, sometimes people, so for those of you that are disagreeing with me and you're still here, I 100% applaud you. Like, good job. You are an adult. I have nothing but respect for you. We can agree to disagree. It's not that big of a deal. Like, if you think that was all manipulation, that's fine. I'll still be your friend. I'll still hang out with you. You're welcome on the live stream. No big deal at all. We'll just have to agree to disagree. But like that one dude that was like, wait, what? Clown, I'm out of here. Not to mention, how long have you been trading? And then, of course, I told him, I bet I've been trading longer than he has. So he's like, okay, well, I can't use that logical fallacy. Which, by the way, just to reiterate, even though I've been trading since 2006, that doesn't mean that I'm right about anything. That's a logical fallacy. That's an appeal to authority. He thought he was going to come in here and be like, well, I've been trading for 15 years. I'm like, yeah, sorry, buddy. I got you 20 years. So notice how he just dropped that point right away. But it is irrelevant. Just because I've been trading since 2006 doesn't mean that everything I say is the be all end all. Again, logical fallacy that he tried to pull off. But he didn't like what I had to say. I'm out of here, clown. So to all of you that disagree with me here, and I disagree with you, but are still here because you didn't decide to call me a name before running off, I applaud you. Thank you for being an adult. It's good to know that there are still some adults left in the room. That's encouraging. I mean, I'm tempted for a short here, stop up above the pivot point where it's been rejected from twice, but Hey, Ice Skill, or Ice Sikill, good to see you. And at the end of the day, I don't care if there's manipulation or not, because that's why I love charts. So yeah, exactly. AI, algorithms, manipulation, market makers. Let me just show you what I mean. Let's say that manipulation does indeed exist. So that's the thing. So let's see if we can figure out, and this is 100, okay? So again, I am now on board. Manipulation exists. There is manipulation in the market. So let's see if we can figure out what this manipulation may be. Okay, so just for example's sake, let's say this is an algo. What is this algo been programmed? How has this algo been programmed to manipulate the market? Can anybody guess? How has this algo been programmed to manipulate the market? Let me know as we watch this price continue to play out. So again, I am now on board team manipulation. It's all manipulated. There is a thing out there that is manipulating everything. So in this situation, how has this thing been designed to manipulate the current market? Based off of, what the price, what I just drew there for the price. Maybe I should be getting short up there. Yeah, for everyone, it's like, don't let it go below 100. Buy at 100. Yes, there you go. Okay, I agree. It looks like the manipulation here is the thing is not allowing the price to go down below 100. For whatever reason, it's just not going down below. So now let's put our brains together. Now that we've identified this manipulation, is there any sort of way that we could make money from it? How could we potentially make money? Again, don't overthink it. How could we make money? If this is the manipulation that we have identified, how could we as traders try to use this manipulation in our favor? Anybody have any ideas? Whoa, you're... Woo! There, yeah, I'm agreeing with you guys. Seems like buying at 100 might be a good strategy. So my point is this. This is why I like charts. Whether it's manipulation or not, who cares? Who cares? Who cares if there's manipulation? Why does everything always have to be manipulation? Why can't it just be, let's look at the chart and play the chart? Because even if I default, that's why charts are powerful. Algos, AI, all that stuff, it can't hide from the chart. You don't get to hide from the chart because a chart is just price action at the end of the day. So... it might not come down to 100 in a while. Well, next time it does, better be ready for it. Charts make news, not news makes charts. Nah, I would disagree with that, Happy Days. I think charts, or I think news makes the chart. Because I'll tell you what, if the news showed up that some such and such just nuclear, bombs, somebody else, that would make the chart. The chart would have a big red candle. Haran, no, I don't think so. You're not a gold trader, are you? What's our bias? Are we bullish or bearish? Well, it seems as though best bet to be bullish right now, given this thing has just been grinding higher and higher. Benjamin, the manipulation is not the 100 support. It's that they broke it and now... Oh, brother. There's no stop loss hunting, Benjamin. I just already covered this. That's one of the biggest things that are so just not true. But I don't have the mental energy to go through that rigmarole again. There are no stop loss hunters because I guarantee, Benjamin, if you've been trading long enough and you can be intellectually honest with yourself, you will have had trades where you thought for sure you were getting stopped out because that's how close the price was. And you know what? You ultimately never did get stopped out, and it turned out to be a good, profitable trade. Now, I don't know if you've experienced that, because if you just started trading yesterday, then you probably don't have enough data points to go by. But anybody that's been trading for a while and is being intellectually honest, we're like, yeah, I've had multiple of those trades. So Benjamin, if that's the case, why did you not get stopped out in those situations? Ooh, 5 minutes looking kinda spicy for a short. Ooh, boy. I've had them all. Thank you, Jay. I appreciate you. Oh, Jay, I got to explain this to you. I forgot. Sorry, Jay. We've just been having this crazy movement here, so I'm glad you're still here, though. I do want to explain. Hey, by the way, I have not been asking about likes, and whoa. If you are enjoying, please hit that like button. This stream and it's the length of the party depends on people's interest level. So if you are enjoying, if you're finding value, if you're entertained, please hit that like button. Because as of right now, I'm seeing only 80 likes now at an hour and a half in is not totally encouraging. So if you want the party to continue, again, that like button is not a vanity metric. It's playing a real role here. So if you want the party to continue, in fact, yeah, I'll go ahead and say we need to get this up over 100 likes in the next, 5 minutes. So let's get at least 10 more likes in the next 5 minutes, or I'm gonna wave the white flag and say, yeah, people just apparently aren't that interested, which is fine. But I'd rather know that than think people are entertained. So yes, if you are enjoying, please hit the like button. It truly does. It's a valid data point for me that I am using. All right, there we go. All right, thank you. There we go. Much appreciated. I thought most traders use mental stop losses these days. Yeah, that's a good point too, Manjo. But yeah, there are no stop loss hunters. I love your streams. Thank you, Holy Thy G. Wait, isn't it normally? No, YT. YT, have you... I think the true damage done by the bot attacks is just my mental sanity of having to constantly tell people, no, it's a bot attack. Because I can say that 4,000 times during a stream, and then people are like, wait a second. Are you in yet, Benjamin? Are you in yet? Members of the community have always been telling me. Oh, okay, whatever. Oh, boy. I don't know. Maybe this is my personal struggle as a human. Maybe this is just me being old. But anybody that's going to spell whatever like that, I don't know. I struggle. I struggle with that. Like this. I think this is just totally an old man, get off my lawn moment. But what in the world is this nonsense? Please. You're Rick. All right, I appreciate the ha-ha, so you know exactly. Okay, so Jay, are you still here? Okay, so you said you're putting $200 to $300 in a trade. Well, check this out. What we're doing here, and I'm going to go through this very quickly, is we're day trading futures through a prop firm. So you said you're putting between $200 to $300 in just one trade itself. Which I mean, I don't want to be disrespectful, but even if something really explodes, and let's just say you put $300 in something, and then you make 200% on it, so you're walking away with $600. Because, you're turning your 300 into 900. Okay, that's a really big move. You just made 200%. But let's look at this ulterior thing known as Pam's Plant. Pam's Plant is just an argument to day trade futures through a prop firm. And then one big reason for you, given you don't have the 25,000 pattern day trade rule, there is none. And that way you don't have to worry about your cash accounts or, trying to figure stuff out, making sure you always have cash. You don't have to worry about any of that. You can just go out there and trade freely. The other great thing is how they move, and they're going to make those small caps look like nothing. But then the prop firm is going to be a massive thing for you, mainly because of that right there. Because I asked how much you put in a trade, and you said between $200 to $300. Well, let's go look at what a prop firm has to offer real quick and what you could use that $300 for. So you could actually just do all of this for $105, but if you have $300, well, let's just hop right here to the 150K. So you could get yourself $150K in purchasing power for $252. So keep in mind, that amount is what you're putting in the trade, because that's what your actual risk is, right? So you're putting in these trades I'm about to walk you through, $252. Again, that is your risk, $252. So now let's go and take a look at the futures movement here and kind of just give you an idea of how it all works. So just to keep things straightforward, how is tax reporting? Because all they do is give you a 1099, and that's it. One form. You just hand your accountant one form, and then you're good to go. It's going to roll over and dump all the way down again. Hey, Benjamin, where are you short at right now? We're gonna hold Benjamin's feet to the fire here. We got a broad statement trader. Time to have Benjamin put his money where her mouth is. Where are you short at right now, Benjamin? And then while you're at it, where's your stop at? Give us those two numbers, please, good sir. I don't think Benjamin's ever walked into the lines den, which is what this room is when it comes to broad statement trading. I'm short from 882. Cool. Where's your stop at, Benjamin? I appreciate that. Now, where's your stop at? Come on, Benjamin. Today, Junior. Uh-oh, we got crickets when it comes to the stop loss. $9.40. Okay, all right. All right. Now, Benjamin, I'm a little confused because you said it's going to roll over and dump. You said it's going to happen. So I'm not sure why you would need a stop loss if something is going to happen, but I'm glad you at least have a stop loss. That's good. All right. So there we go. Now everything is mapped out. Benjamin has told us everything up front, which I can applaud. I respect that 100%. Even if this thing explodes upwards, I appreciate that he was willing to put his stop loss in his entry, everything beforehand. My only nitpick will be that's probably why you should be intellectually humble and never say something is going to happen, because you don't know that. Say you think it's going to happen, or it seems plausible that it's going to happen. But anyways, all right, back to our lesson in futures. So Jay and everybody else that doesn't quite understand or thinks like, well, I trade small cap, low float penny stocks, or I trade small cap, because they move big. No, they don't move big. You're putting way too much money at risk. Because again, what I'm going to show you here, for Benjamin, he could easily do for Jay, he could easily do, because he said normally he's already putting between $200 to $300 in a trade anyways. So Jay, check out this. From this distance right to here to this distance, hopefully we can agree this is not a massive distance right here. But from here to here, if you look at these numbers, is a difference of 20. Now 20 what? Well, 20 points. So in futures, specifically the NQ, 1 point is worth $20. So if 1 point is worth $20, then that movement right there is worth $400. Now here's the key: per contract. Per contract, right there, $400. So that 252 amount, what would that actually get you? What would that allow you to participate in within the world of futures trading? Well, if we hop back over here and look at the prop firm, that 252 would allow you, again, only $252, would allow you to buy up to 15 of those contracts. Again, so that 400 for that small little distance was one contract. The 252 would allow you to buy up to 15 of those contracts in a trade. Now, I'm not saying that you should do this, but just to show you how the numbers just completely make this penny stock or, low flow penny stock stuff look like, nonsense. So let's just say, you accidentally bought 15, right? 15, and then you had $400 per contract. That little distance there, $6,000. And again, how much money did it take out of your pocket? It took $250. And remember what I had said? I gave you the benefit of the doubt and said, let's say you scored a huge one on a low float small cap where you made 200%. So you turned that $300 into $900, and that would have been $600 profit. Well, here you're using less money. You got this small little move, and yet that could have been $6,000. So do you see, Jay, how the scaling, why I say that day trading stocks is inefficient? It's an inefficient use of your capital. You're taking on too much risk. Because, again, in your situation, if something were to crazy to happen, and that $300 could be poof. In this situation, if something crazy happens and your account goes poof, well, you're only out $252. Yet you have way more upside potential because, why? Well, because of this fact right here, that futures, they just move. There's fantastic movement, as I just illustrated right there with how they add up. I just got funded. You think I should trade today? Well, I don't know. Do you see any setups that meet your strategy? Does that make sense, Jay? Do you see? And I like Jay because Jay was like, hey, man, I'm here to learn. Like, I'm just trying to figure things out. And that's the whole point of the live stream for people like Jay. I'm here to promote Pam's Plant. Because there's too many people that don't know about Pam's Plant, and they're off being inefficient like Jay was. They're off trying to swing for home runs with $300 when they're like, you could go and get, and some you could get. Yeah, exactly. You're welcome, Jay. I appreciate you being open-minded. Sometimes people show up and I tell them they're being inefficient and they start name calling and then they leave and it's just like, hey, I was just trying to show you a better way. But like, there's the math right there. I mean, it's a mathematical argument, which is what I appreciate. But yeah, and the nice thing here, Jay, is that you don't have to go how to learn how to trade futures. Because here's the thing, Jay, you may be thinking, well, now I have to go learn how to trade futures. Well, no, you don't, because Jay, do you already use charts in your decision making process? Like when you're trading your small caps, are you using charts to make your decision? What's my bias? Right now, you got to go bullish, I would think. Bull pennant right here. So if I was forced into a corner, what's your bias? I would go with bullish because of that. Although that level right there, I would not call anybody crazy for going short either because you have such a tight stop, well-defined stop. Do you mean futures are better than stocks? In the category of day trading, yes. Again, Pam's Plant is an argument for day traders. In the category of day trading, yes, they are way, way better. Yes, mainly charts. So you are 97% of the way there because instead of using charts to trade your small caps, you're now just using charts to trade futures. And the other 3%, and same with everybody else. So this, I'm gonna teach Jay the rest real quick. But saying out, if you are in the camp of liking what you're seeing and like, man, I'd love to day trade futures through a prop firm. That makes so much sense. But like, where do I learn about futures? Or I don't know if I feel like learning how to trade futures. I don't know if I have time to learn how to trade something else. Again, that's a false mentality because if you already use charts, you're 97% of the way there. The final 3% is this, Jay. So quiz question. So this distance to this distance, if you look at this number, so I'm going to teach here the final 3%, difference of these numbers is 20. As I was just discussing with you earlier, 20 what? Well, 20 points. So the key question in futures is you've got to always ask, well, for whatever contract you're trading, how much is 1 point worth? Just how much is 1 point worth? So with the NQ, 1 point equals $20. So here's I'm going to use lingo too. So you can, so a futures trader buys right here and then they sell right there. So they make 20 points. And this is all per contract. So this futures trader says, yo, Jay, I had one NQ contract and I just made 20 points on it. How much dollars and cents did they make, Jay? Again, if they made 20 points and 1 point is worth $20. Haroon, of course, do you already trade, Haroon? Boom. How about anybody else? Does anybody else that maybe is intimidated by, oh, the bot attacker's here. You're late. The bot attacker has finally showed up. Speak up though, bot attacker. If you're here in the chat and you can hear me, let's talk. Let's see your algorithm again. Okay, so Haroon, I'm saying the same thing to you. If you already trade, what I'm saying to you is you don't need a course, Haroon. You don't need a course on how to trade futures. If you already trade Forex and you're using charts to trade Forex, then you're already 97% of the way there. So, yes, but very good, Jay. That's $400. So now you're 99% of the way there. Now listen very closely here, Jay. This trader says, yo, Jay, I had 4 contracts and I just scored 20 points on NQ. How much did they make? Once more, this is all based on 1 contract. But if they said they had 4 contracts and they made 20 points, how much did they make? Yeah, I don't know what I think I don't know if it's required for the bot attack person to actually be in the live stream. Because yes, you would think they'd speak up and either try to rub it in or just try to have another conversation. So I don't think it's actually needed. Okay, the $400, which you were right, that was per contract. $400, all this stuff per contract. But now this trader says, hey, I have 4 contracts and I made 20 points on the NQ. How much did that person make? Exactly, Jay. Because if it's per contract is 400, and then I just told you that they had 4 contracts, there you go. There's your 1,600. So you now officially know how to trade futures, Jay, just like that. Because it's all charts. You understand the points. There you go. Is the 15 contracts over? At what? I just asked because your name. What country are you in, Kumar? I don't want to talk to you about this if it's not going to even be open because it's not available in your country. Hey man, I don't understand very much of what's going on here. Well, I'd encourage you to check out this right here. I'll send you the link to my free class, which is on Thursday. So here you go, Melvis. Check out this. Get signed up for that right there. Everybody else is also welcome if they want to get signed up. It'll be this Thursday. So there is the bull pennant breakout. India. Okay, well, good news. What we're doing here is actually available to people in India. So yes, this site that you're asking about with the 15 contracts here, this is just per trade. So you could start at 1 and then go all the way up to 15. And then if that trade ends, then you can do that all over again. And you can do that as many times as you want per day. So this is not 15 total per day or anything like that. That is just per trade. So again, you could start at 15 contracts or you could start at 1, then buy another, and work your way up to 15. But as soon as that trade ends, then you could do it all over again. Ooh, nasty candle there. Fake breakout candle there. Ooh, we're getting quite a bit of... Well, given that this is my kind of my... Ooh, where do I want to try to pass on this candle? I still have that... Oh, I think so. Oh, boy. Let's see. Do or die? Pass or fail? Blow up or no? Ooh, decisions. This is an account. Oh, I know I'd have to change accounts. All right, see you later, PW. I'm sorry, PBW. PB Woo. See you later, PB Woo. Doc, I don't like do what works for you, but you're the first person that's like so dependent and so worried about what Apple and Microsoft are doing to make your futures market decisions. Again, I'm not saying you're new, but you're the first person since the live stream started about 4 months ago that I've seen so concerned about what particular stocks you're doing. Yeah, sure, what was it? Antone? I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. Yeah, let me grab that real quick. And let me... There you go. Oh, man. Do or die. I don't know if I have the guts to do it here. You take it long, Grace. Stop telling me what to do. Are you long, Versace? Short. Oh, S&P 500. Whoa. Not looking good for you. Where's your stop? Oh, wait, never mind. Happy Days doesn't use stops. Oh, wait, no. You started using stops, didn't you? No, yeah, you're sorry. If I came across saying you were wrong to do so, Doc, that wasn't my intent. I was just saying you were the first person here that I've seen. I don't mean worried. I'm just mean so focused. So focused on what individual stocks like that are doing. Entry 218.75. Good. No, get 21,875. Oh, okay. You're not in yet, Race. Is that true? You're not in yet, or are you already in? You better not tell me you're already in. This better be a trade plan like you want it to come back down. If it takes the high again. You didn't alert that. You did not alert that. I'm going back. I'm on a treasure hunt here. We might be getting somebody banned here. We might be getting banned here. Where did you call out that specific number? Uh-oh, I'm warming up the ban hammer. I'm looking. All I saw from you is yelling at me to take it long. Where did you alert? Where did you alert your trade plan? Stop that, Clay. Yes, I did. What? I'm not talking to you, Tim. right before I posted to Anton. Tim, I'm not talking to you, Tim. I'm talking to Verse Ace. They're the ones that said they gave me an alert earlier. I don't see anything from them, but I'm scrolling. Like I said, the ban hammer's in the microwave right now. I'm getting it warmed up. The H is silent, therefore not needed. Okay, yeah, now you're talking about something else. I'm not seeing anything about 875 entry point. Long, long, long. That's all that was said. I don't know, Versace. You're starting to get a little sketchy. I think Versace needs the ban. Just constant broad statement trading. Hindsight trading. How convenient. They got in at 875 without ever telling anybody. Or I guess I could try a breakout. Do or die up here. Whew, is that it? Is that how I get this thing past? Haran, we're under a bot attack right now. These likes are officially not real anymore. Same with the current viewers. I upset somebody about a week and a half ago, and I guess they're still upset. It's really a sad state of affairs. Especially when this person is, I've extended the olive branch. Hey, do you want to demonstrate your algorithm again? Because the reason why they're upset is they said their algorithm was like 100% win rate. Try to give them a chance, and they just weren't answering the questions that I wanted. I think this might be it. We're gonna go for it. See if this thing wants to give another push to the upside. Again, trying to pass this test account here. I'm very close, but I'm going to do kind of a do or die thing. Well, I'm not in a trade right now, Can. Never mind, is it? Verse, all kidding aside, from now on, you got to start to call stuff ahead of time. We need your entry point, your stop loss, and your target before the price gets there. And then after that, you can scream long, long, long as much as you want. John. Okay, well, with all due respect, John, I have a lot of people, so if your name's not John, from this point forward, I'll probably never remember to call you John. But you got to, well, I don't know. What? So if you have 5 contracts, John, an easier way to stay in the trade is as it goes in your favor, just sell one here, sell another one there, sell another one there. And then that makes it much easier. But yeah, if it is hard to hold full position size, but remember, you can scale out. No, this is another account. The nice thing with prop firms is you can have multiple accounts. And the nice thing with multiple accounts is this right here. Is you can do something called copy trading. So for example, with the prop firm that I use and recommend, Take Profit Trader, you can have up to 5 accounts. And then you can copy trade those. So for example, on one account, you could go and make $100. But if you copy that trade to your 4 other accounts, well, you actually just made $500. Sure, you only manually did one trade for $100, but because you copied it, you made that same $100 trade a total of 5 times. So if you make one trade and you make $1,000, but you copied it to your other ones, yeah, you made $1,000 on that trade, but you ultimately walk away with $5,000 because you copied it. Now, of course, that's a two-sided coin. If you do something stupid, well, then you just copy that stupid decision to 4 other accounts too. As long as you're okay losing your risk, then it's easy to hold position. If you're too excited, you may be oversized. Oh yeah, yep, that's part of it too. If it's that hard to hold on to things, you're probably, John, maybe check your position size too. But just to be able to hold and keep yourself in the game, keep yourself in a trade, like I said, I think that just scaling out along the way. Now, of course, that means you do have to have multiple contracts, but that's what MNQs are good for. You can do multiple contracts. Three points. Who would think that 3 points would be so hard to get? But it's so scary when I'm trying to. When you only need 3 points, it's so scary to try to get 3 points. Yeah, I know. I'm on NQ. I'm looking for either a pass or foul here. Should I wait for confirmation for it to clear up all this stuff? How much more? Yeah, I think so. Here we go. Green line buy. Red line out. It's only 3 points, but this is a do or die for me. Trying to get this account passed. We'll see if it happens, though. Like I said, I only need it to move that distance. But sometimes that distance can seem like a mile. So I am trying to throw another one into my stash of pro accounts. So this is a test account that I'm trying to throw into my stash of multiple pro accounts. I need a little more than $300 on this account. I got into NQ from 21,761 with 1 contract, but I don't know why. Okay, well, John, go down to MNQ and just do 10 MNQ, which is the same as 1 NQ. Then you could scale out. You could sell 2, you could sell 2, so on and so forth. Yeah, but when you have 1 contract, obviously you can't scale out. But that's the beautiful thing about futures is you can do the same exact chart, but now you can do something where you could go to 10 MNQ. Why do they trade on the 2-minute? Well, I have all the time frames that I'm watching too. But I don't know. I like the 2-minute. I think the 1 minute is sometimes too much noise. This is yeah. I don't need to be trying to pass it in this sort of environment. I could wait for a much more. For example, I could wait for tomorrow morning, and I could just trade it in a much more liquid environment. Or if another move like this shows up, I could try to trade it like this. But yeah, this is not it. I don't know what I'm. Well, I do know what I'm doing. I'm trying to set up some drama here for the live stream, but that's not always the most. It's a fickle thing. Make the live stream entertaining, but also, you are still trying to trade and all that sort of good stuff. So sometimes those lines do get a little blurred. Oh my goodness. Please, please, please don't use that term, Fairchild. But just say lunchtime consolidation, lunchtime chop. Do we really have to call things a barcode? Goodness. Oh, why can't people just talk normal in futures? This has been the most difficult thing about futures. Everybody's got to rename everything to something that's just not it. Just call it consolidation. Call it a sideways channel. Call it chop. Why? Why does I can't do it. I got to just start with it. We're going to start naming everything. Everything that already has names. So consolidation is no longer consolidation. We're calling this Mama Pizza Spaghetti. Oh, look at this Mama Pizza Spaghetti here. All right. We're in the Mama Pizza Spaghetti pattern. Okay, Fairchild, that's what got the other person banned. Don't gaslight. Don't tell me to cool when you know that stuff drives me nuts, yet you just did it. Don't tell me to chill out. Where did it go? No, that's not it. I got too many tabs. I can't wait till I get to my new office. then I can get a way more efficient setup than what I'm dealing with right now. I'd love to have another monitor for just the live stream specifically, but you didn't know that? How can you say that, Fairchild? You're like one of the most like trusted people here. How can you not know that the futures world of calling things that have existed for decades new names doesn't drive me nuts? Surely you've heard me rant and rave about that at least 483 times. Hey, good job, David. Yes, when we build our new house. This is a temporary house, a temporary office that we're in. We moved to Iowa last year in August. We bought a farm. We're going to build on that farm. And I'm going to have an office on that farm. But right now, we're in a temporary house, and the setup is not ideal. We are back to just where we were here. Just chop, 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 chop. So are we back? Can we trust that breakout? I don't think so. I don't think we can trust that breakout. I think we're back to how it was. And how was it? Well, it was back to really not being able to trust breakouts. But hindsight will be the judge. But I am not buying that breakout. What a move, though. That was quite the move down. So Jay, are you still here? Jay, our small cap trader friend. Are you gonna do Pam's plant now? Are you gonna get the prop firm, start trading futures? I know I said I don't trust it, but why not? Let's take this for a spin. Not quite yet. What are you waiting for? Oh, goodness. You got the math staring somebody in their face. What more do you think you need to learn? Seriously, Jay, what more do you think you need to learn? I literally have explained everything to you, given that you already use charts. So I'm very curious. What do you think else you have to learn? Hey, Spider Lily. I only trade NQ. Well, NQ and MNQ. Why do you have to blink? Am I the only one that... Or does this blame anybody else nuts when trader bait? Your entry point blue line just blinks? Is it just me, or does it drive anybody else crazy? Hey, it's okay. Oh, nope, never mind. I said not to trust the break of that trend line, so I go and I buy the break of the trend line. That's good logic. That's good logic. That makes a lot of sense. I don't trust breaks of trend lines. Oh, look, it's breaking out. Let me buy. I never claimed to be smart. Like I mentioned earlier, I called me ending red on today just because today is one of those days, it seems. Hi again, I was checking your webinar. I've registered. Oh, you already registered for it? Sounds good, Elizabeth. Sounds like the rantings of a poor trader. I think you might be onto something. The blue line. The blinking blue line of... Is there any B words that imply like driving somebody crazy? Bonkers. The blinking blue line of bonker. I'm trying to say the blinking blue line, and then but it's driving me crazy. Man, that really messed me up. The blinking blue line messes you up? Come on, break out. Now get some continuation. I should probably throw at least one up there just in case there's some... There we go. Throw out at least one. Sells 887 sweep for the BAM. Done. Okay. I don't know what that means, but it sounds cool. That's awesome. Well, oh yeah, YT. Well, I'm playing the Iron Golden Eagle here. So take that. Come on, Iron Golden Eagle. There we go. Look at that. Iron Golden Eagle just took me out for one. Now it's the question of, will this transform into the bronze face snapping turtle? Come on, bronze face snapping turtle. We're in Iowa, southern Iowa area. About 40 minutes south of Des Moines. Come on, bronze face snapping turtle. Do it. Hit that red line. Put my stop there in the green. So this will be a winning trade no matter what. It's just a question of, does this move want to keep moving? So I'm giving it a chance. Let's see if this thing wants to keep on heading up. That red line down here is my stop. No, go back up. What was the news? I don't think there was any news that I'm aware of, at least. How many acres? A good chunk. A good chunk. I got some tillable on it. Got some CRP. Got a lot of woods. Got a creek going through it. Come on. Come on, bald face. Or the bald face. No, not the golden face. Golden face snapping turtle. Come on. Bond auction was 11:30. So that happened quite a while ago. Oh, the bond auction is what caused that. Okay. Are you in Iowa, Doc? It. I don't know what you're talking about, YT. I'm playing the bronze face snapping turtle here. Yes, Iowa is indeed a terrible place. A lot of traffic, mean people. Nothing good here. No, you don't want to look at Iowa. Iowa's a terrible place. No, you don't want to move here. It's pretty terrible. Unless you like traffic and mean people, bad food, high taxes, drugs everywhere. It's just a cornfield. That's all it is. Iowa is just one big cornfield. Truly a terrible... I hear Texas is nice, or Tennessee, or North Carolina, or Florida, or California, or Maine, Indiana, Ohio, Colorado. You live in... Oh, yeah, no, no, I hear New York's beautiful. You should just stay there. I mean, you don't have to stay there. Just, you don't want Iowa. Iowa's a very disgusting place. How did I not get filled? So close. Come on, snapping turtle. Oh, no, I hear Florida's amazing. Yeah, I hear Georgia's amazing. Yup. I use NinjaTrader, then I do not understand if you are in... I do not use NinjaTrader. This is a Tradovate. Come on, just make the push up and fill me. Is it really that hard to fill me at that second red line there? Again, this will be a green trade no matter what because my stop is above my entry, but right now just giving it a chance to keep on moving for me. I guess at this point I might as well try to get myself paid a little bit more and just try to play the breakout itself, see if it wants to push up through there. So we'll move that line up a little bit. I've been looking in North Carolina, Kentucky, Texas, Florida. Cool. Hello, Miguel. How'd your day go, Miguel? And am I gonna get stopped out here just like that? Well, I'm hanging in by a thread. And I am stopped. What a crock. Still a winning trade, but was definitely hoping I could at least get that second profit target hit, but I couldn't. Did not want to push up enough before that little dirty dog of a pullback. And I got a pimple that showed up on my neck here. Last night I was talking to my wife, and then her eyes just like right down to my neck. I'm like, uh-oh. Look at that whitehead. Said, uh-oh. So I had to go pop that thing. Now it keeps reloading. Oh yeah, I was like, why am I talking about this? Because I was just touching it. It seems like it's back again. It's back to fight. I am still beautiful. You're right, Bruce. I am still beautiful. And then I know it. I'm a beautiful man. What can I say? Didn't somebody say Trump was speaking? Do we know when he's speaking? Do we have any sort of confirmation on that? I did not know there was such a show. I guess this former area is done, so we can get rid of that. Oh, it's supposed to be 4 p.m.? Gotcha. Oh, he already spoke. Okay. All right. I don't know. A good high volume break right here. I could see this thing setting up to 940, maybe even 950. I gotta think that line's got some shorts, a little nervous if it can break out through there. Because then at that point, is that the leading indicator that we're just going to be some sort of kind of slow, steady bleed up to that area? Maybe. He's talking to the Oval Office right now? What do I think about Forex? Forex is garbage. Forex, assuming you're talking about day trading, Forex is literally like watching paint dry compared to futures. So if you are a day trader and you want the best quality movement possible, futures is where it's at. Just sitting here waiting to see if it wants to push up through that level or not. What's your indicator? The Trump tweeter? No, my main indicator, I would say, my main indicator are candlesticks. And then I like trend lines and moving, moving averages. Christy Nome has a wonderful blue dress on. Some nice synonyms. Yeah, synonym. Wait, no, adjectives. Adjectives are what describe something. Back to school for you. You know, understand English. Oh, sorry, I'm sorry. I didn't pick up on the humor there. My bad. Sometimes my humor detector is a little clouded because I'm also trying to analyze for myself, trying to trade, then try to read the chat, and sometimes I just read and I lose track of somebody just trying to be funny. Sorry about that, but yes, that'd be pretty cool. The Trump tweeter, like that'd be like somebody should design that. It's probably already designed. That would be pretty interesting to see, though. All right. Yeah, just kind of a wait and see. Can't remember. Some people had shorts on still. That well, I guess anybody that's got these wide stops and these wide price targets. I mean, they were basically swing traders. They were like multi-hour trade holders. I don't know if I could do something like that. My bladder's kicking in. And I gotta go talk to my wife, seeing if she's going to Costco or not. Wow, mentioning. So who asked? So JJPLN, MMQ does not seem like a fan of forex trading either. So oh man, that was good. He just reported me. Do I ever buy steaks at Costco? No. All right, I'll be right back. Huh? Script. Data. Uh-oh. Oh, that's why. That's... Whew. All right. I tried clicking the restart button. Didn't work. Thanks. I'll restart later. Thanks. Bruce and Hooch are sweethearts. Thanks for trying to. Bruce, are you also a Canadian? All right, in there long. Some may call this. Oh, how am I? How did that get to 4? Yeah, we'll go with 4 then. So be it. Okay. Well, apparently people in Wisconsin and Canada are nice. I appreciate you trying to reset that for me. That blinking blue line is going to be just the end of me. So annoying. And it just randomly happens too. A farm? Yeah, it's always been my my financial dream to have my house fully paid for. And I say that because even if you have no mortgage on a house, you still don't own it because you have these things called property taxes that you have to pay. But because my farm has acreage that I rent to a farmer and that farmer pays me, that payment is not only does it pay for the property taxes, but it's actually positive cash flow. So it's really nice to like truly own my property. David Renzo officially converted to futures, trying to figure out the mechanics. Do you usually hit? Yeah. The markets are the quick one. Market orders are just, well, by definition, market orders. So those will be as quick as you can. If you want to get in and you want to get in, you'll get in if you click buy market. If you want to get out, you'll get out if you sell market. You may not get the price you want necessarily, but they'll get you out. I'm open to the discussion of away with property taxes, JJ. I'm fully open to that conversation. But like, okay, your house catches on fire. Who are you calling? Like, how are those people paid for? Like, somebody's robbing a house. How are you paying for those people? Again, I am totally open to the conversation of reducing property taxes. But, like, let's think about this in a realistic sense. What would your solution be there, JJ? A school? What do you mean a school tax? How does it, what is... See, but the problem with that, Hooch, I hear people, like, the problem with property tax is you literally never own your own home. All right. Let me move this up now. I got 3 left. Could still be a losing trade, but it'll be much less. But that's what I'm saying, is like property tax. So I took one off there in the green. Is you never truly own your home. Like, you do literally have to always work. That's what I'm asking, Hooch. That's why I'm saying. That's why I'm open. So I'm sympathetic towards the people that are like, hey, let's get rid of property taxes. I'm sympathetic, but like, that's what I'm asking. That's what I'm asking JJ. Like, then how do you pay for that other stuff? He said a school tax. I'm not quite sure what a school tax is. Most of, if not all the countries charge school tax, or we could just raise the tax on designated funds. Okay, got that one. So to have 2 left now. Let's make sure this is indeed a winning trade. So I'll put my remaining in the green, and let's just see if we can get the breakout. So I guess I'll throw one out there just in case there's some break and spike up here. But there we go. This will be a winning trade no matter what. So I like it. In a winning trade, talking some, put it in a trust and create a killer dividend portfolio to cover taxes before you were. So let me move up my stop now some more to just below that. There we go. So I'm going to just move my stop up as we go too. Most, if not all, the counties charge school tax, or we could just raise the tax. Okay, so I mean, there's still a tax then, right? You still have to pay a tax to live in the county. Is that how that works, JJ? So like this tax that you're proposing we raise, like what happens if you don't pay that tax, JJ? What's the repercussions of that? Trying to get one more out right up around there. Good job. So one more left, and again, I'll just put it down below here. Something like a separate fund, still tax, just not. Yeah, and that's what I'm hearing you out. Like I'm with you. Like I would love to get rid of property taxes, but it sounds like you're just proposing another tax. We just don't call it a property tax. So that's kind of the hang up that I keep having in my discussions. I did have one person say a sales tax, like you just raise a sales tax in, which I think is that. Whoa, we're getting some good movement here. Let me keep moving it up. Nice breakout here. Bummer. This one only started off with that 4 shares too, or not 4 shares, 4 contracts. there's the old stock day trader coming out to me. Shares. Move that right there. Now let's just move it down. Why not? Give it plenty of wiggle room. So I think I would be on team increase. So get rid of property taxes, but add in like some sort of sales tax. But then again, yeah, I don't know if that works either. Because like sales tax on, or I guess maybe a sales tax of wherever you shop. I don't know. Like they track where you, yeah, I don't know how that would necessarily work. Okay, a separate tax based solely on income. Yeah, but I don't know if that works though. Because for the retirees, okay, I understand what you're accomplishing. See, look, now their home's not at risk. Yeah, but they're not bringing in any income. So now it's like a Social Security Ponzi scheme type thing. All right, stopped out there. Well, that was a nice trade. It's a super interesting discussion. Super interesting discussion. Because I am on team get rid of property taxes, but I'm also on team reality. Like, okay, how exactly are you going to pay for the firemen and the... Now, I do know a lot of property... I think maybe this is the key thing. I think schools are the actual problem. Because when you look at your property tax bill, the vast majority goes towards schools. So I don't think people would have any problem at all with property taxes if they were a very, very low amount. But I think the schools are the problem. Because the schools eat up so much funds... So maybe we're looking at it the wrong way. Maybe it's more of a discussion of how can we get the schools to be more efficient so they don't require so much money. Because now that I think about it, when I look at my property tax bill, if I were just imagine cutting out schooling or reducing that school number by even 50%, it'd be like, okay, yeah, I got property taxes, but they're like, okay, whatever. Type thing. I mean, if you can bring schools down to 0, man. Now, I don't know if that's... Well, I mean, I'm also on team... I think the tax system does need to be redone. I'm on team consumption tax. Like, if you want to save, people should be able to save as much as they want. So if your paycheck is $500, I think you should get all $500 of it. And if you want to save all $500, you should be able to save and invest all $500 of that. But when it comes time to buy something, well, then that's when we'll hit you with the tax. But save away, invest away, because people that are able to save away, invest away, guess what they need less than, much less of later on in life? The government. They don't need that stuff because they got their full paycheck. Now that doesn't mean they'll necessarily do it, but hey, at least you give people the opportunity to save as much as possible. So that is kind of my economic stance on the tax system. I think a consumption tax is think about that. It's that simple. That's it. No IRS, no attorney. Now people like accountants and stuff like that. That'd be a buzzkill for them. That'd be like a loss of job. That would work, but then there's inflation. How does inflation matter for any of that? Yeah, flat tax. I called it. No, I don't think a flat tax. I don't think it should be based. Like, I don't think there should be anything that you have to pay. Like, you should not have to report your taxes. You just get hit with your tax whenever you want to go and buy something. I think that makes it way easier. Consumption. That way, I don't think it gets any more straightforward than a consumption tax. When you decide to spend your money, that's when you get hit. But if you want to save your money and invest it and let it grow as big as possible, because you're able to, like I said, if you can make $1,000 per week and your paycheck is literally $1,000, I think that's a good thing. Now, sure, when you go and buy stuff, you're going to have a higher bill because that's where you're finally paying the tax, but at least you get to choose one that is. Hey, Nas. That's where we're not going to go off the grid. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting into the homesteading lifestyle. I already got my tractor. Get some chickens. Maybe get a cow. Well, yeah, I mean, the people that are like taxation is theft. It's like, okay, cool story. Like abolish taxes, again, cool story, but I also live in the world of reality. How exactly are you going to pay for stuff then? Like, how do you pay for the police and the fire and the roads and the military? Like, where does that come from? Ted Cruz said you should be able to fill out your tax form on it. Yeah, and I still think that's too much. Like, there should be nothing that needs to be filled out. You should just simply get hit with your tax when you go to buy something. Privatize roads? How do you privatize roads? I would much rather just pay a tax on roads as opposed to having to stop at toll booths every 2 miles because it's a new company that runs that section of road. I would gladly... And no, I also disagree with the privatize. Okay, so let's privatize firefighters. Okay, so now this is a separate service that you can have. Okay, so are you going to force your neighbor to get it? Because what happens if your neighbor's like, no, I'm not going to pay for firefighters. Their house catches on fire and then yours does. Like, that seems kind of messed up. Or like police. How does privatized police work? Are you supposed to like hire your own security guards? Walk me through privatized police. Are we all going to have our own personal bodyguards? Hey, have a good one, Doc. Will you record your live? Will you? Yes, Rob. Yep. Hey, Frog Face is here. Good to see you. Where you been? Mr. Iron Man, are you in Hawaii right now out on the bike? Pedaling your 400 miles or whatever the bike section is? Good to see you. Oh, man. So you must be somewhat bedridden if you're here on the computer. Well, sorry to hear. I'm very sorry to hear that, obviously, but I'm, again, obviously very glad to hear that you're okay. Wow. Those of us who can make money and no, like I said, I find all these very fascinating conversations. I've heard the privatized thing, but I'm not quite sure I've ever heard of how does privatized police work. So, but again, I'm totally open. Like maybe Sean's got something, and I've never even thought about it. I'm like, oh, that's actually a really good idea. I don't know. That's why I'm asking. But yeah, I do not know how a privatized police force works, other than everybody's got like bodyguards or something. I feel like nobody would spend if they didn't have to. Well, I mean, you got to eat food, right? You gotta get your job, right? You gotta spend money on gas, right? You wanna have some fun, right? I think there'd be plenty of spending still going on. Was hit going 20 of it 25ish downhill on a charity ride. Oh man, that is brutal. What are the police doing that you can't? The police are present. The police present a psychological presence. Just knowing there are police around, I think, prevents a lot of stuff from ever happening in the first place. I mean, I guess if you want just like shootouts going on all the time, I mean, I hear what you're saying. You're probably, which I am too. I'm on Team Second Amendment. You're probably Second Amendment. Everybody just pack heat. Deal with it yourself. Okay, well, you know, I'd like to be able to send my kids outside. Well, then go protect your. Yeah, but I'd like to be able to not have to watch my kids every second of the day. It's an interesting idea, but I think you're a little bit too much in, you know. Okay, so Sean is just team. We don't even need police. Fair enough. Well, I'll just have to disagree that having no police somehow things would just be perfectly fine. I mean, we already saw what happened in crime statistics when police were basically told to, what was that, a couple years ago? When everybody started hating police, we saw what statistics happened. We saw what happened with crime rates and all that sort of stuff. So I think we have good recent evidence that yeah, things kind of fall apart a bit if there's no police or there's no presence of law or authority. But I appreciate the talk. But yeah, I think we'll just have to agree to disagree on that one. Let's see if this thing wants to maybe curl back up. We'll see. Oh, wow, you're in a coma for 3 weeks? That's wild. Hey, Clay, how do you like Iowa? I hate Iowa. Iowa's the worst state ever. Never move. No, it's a terrible spot. I just don't believe in force. Okay, I believe in force. I believe it helps. And like I said, given the recent history, at least here in America, with the how police were essentially vilified, and then you look at where they were most heavily vilified, and you look at statistics, it's like, huh, coincidence or no? Yeah, I don't like Iowa. Ever since we moved here, it's just corn, traffic, mean people, tornadoes, earthquakes, hurricanes, blizzards, just needles all over the place. It's just flat. There's no scenery here. Why stay? Because I'm just trapped here. That's the other thing about it. Once you get, you're just trapped. You can't leave. There's too much corn. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead with all due respect, Sean. I'm gonna take actual data over anecdotal stories. Like I said, but no problem. I appreciate you kept it respectful. We had a nice little conversation. We'll just have to agree to disagree. Oh yeah, I do hear Texas is beautiful. So if you're thinking of moving anybody, move to Texas. Don't move to Iowa. Iowa no good. I hear Texas is beautiful. I hear there's no traffic in Texas. I hear Austin is fantastic and there's zero traffic there. So move to Austin. You do not want Iowa unless you love traffic. Traffic everywhere. Yes, Texas. There it is. Go to Texas. Yep. No traffic in Texas. I hear Miami is beautiful. No traffic there either. I hear that you can leave work and you get right back home from work because there's no traffic. So, yeah. I hear prices are really low there. I hear cost of living is super low in Miami. LA, I hear, is beautiful. You know, nice weather, no traffic. What are you doing right now exactly? I'm watching this chart, waiting for something to develop, and then just talking. What are you doing right now, JV? I am a coder. I programmed several internet strategies, and one worked. I'm live streaming it on my real account. That sounds like a bot. Properties pricing. No. Texas, the real estate market's on fire. Everything's just going up there. It only goes up. No, I hear LA is beautiful. Oh, no, I hear cost in Miami is dirt cheap. I hear cost of living is so cheap. Just move there. Anywhere but Iowa. Move anywhere but Iowa. Iowa is the worst place you could live. Oh, I hit Judd. Come on, Judd. We know Arizona's beautiful. Go everybody hang out with Judd in Arizona. Move there. It's beautiful. Good weather. It doesn't get hot there at all. Yeah, San Francisco, I hear that's beautiful. Chicago, I hear is fantastic. There's no traffic in Chicago. I mean, Iowa traffic makes Chicago traffic look like no traffic. All I'm saying is just if you're thinking of moving, just stay away from Iowa. That's all I'm saying. I live here. I can tell you. It's no good. You don't want to live here. It's terrible, okay? That's all I'm saying. Anywhere else. I hear Montana's beautiful. Isn't it crazy, Anthony? Isn't that crazy? But I just go with it. I'm like, you know, if I know, I'm with you, Anthony. Are you in the flatland? I'm in the middle of a cornfield because Iowa is one big cornfield. Three miles equals 3 hours. Whew, that's pretty rough. Do you always talk so much, Clay? I do. I do talk a lot. Do you talk a lot, Sly Lou? Are you one of those people that goes like hides in the corner? Would you rather me just sit here in pure silence, Sly Lou? Is that what you're suggesting? Now, Iowa is probably better than there, Kyle. Iowa's probably better. To keep things objective. It's probably a little nicer. Hey JV, I'm still waiting for your answer. What are you doing exactly right now? And Sly Lou, are you a big talker or no, Sly Lou? Second question would be, would you like me to just sit here in pure silence? I'll do it. I'll sit here in pure silence. Yeah. NYC, I hear, is fantastic also. Hello, Disciplined Trader. No, keep talking. Okay. You didn't answer my first question. Are you a talker or no? Are you more the quiet type? Believe it or not, in real life, I'm shy. I'm a shy person. I was scared of girls until I was like 37 years old. I still am scared of girls. True story, too. I've always been scared of girls. Now I got 4 daughters. The irony. All right. Is this thing finally maybe bottoming out? I had a lady throw an entire smoothie at me in the NYC traffic. I mean, I hear people in New York City are very, very friendly. That's what I heard. And yeah, it sounds like your story confirms it. Why is this up here? Did I just move that up there and forget about it? I'm not sure why that's there. I'll just get that out of the way. Oh, it was Anthony's girlfriend. There you go. There you go. I love it when in the chat room people have bonding moments like, oh, we've met in real life. Impress me. Hey, always good to have new traders. Well, welcome. How new are you? Impress me. Might be interested in a short here, depending on how high this goes. In fact, I'll get short there with the stop above the high of this candle. Try to play a breakdown or go. Unless this thing, if this thing comes up too much, then that's going to mess up my stop loss risk profile, so I won't be able to do much with that. I'm not a big talker. That's my biggest weakness, and that's, hey, you know what? Neither was I. Like I said, I am shy by personality, but if you get out there and just talk, my podcast has really helped with me. I used to be so terrified to do my podcast, but that's really helped me with the shyness thing. When you're forced to talk to strangers, and especially when it's on you, you're the one that's got to drive the conversation. That's helped quite a bit. 1.5 years to investing and 6 months to trading. Cool. What do you trade, Empress? All right, I'm going to go ahead and cancel that because my risk profile has changed too much. Listening is definitely more powerful. I fully agree there. Yep. I do agree there. That's why God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth, right? Is this a short right here? Maybe. Maybe that's a short. One point will be how much? If you are doing the Kumar, I would recommend. Well, assuming you're doing Pam's plant. So again, assuming you're going to use the prop firm, hopefully you use code Clay so that you get the discount. Discount is 30% off plus 0 activation fee, but code Clay. And then you'll want to start, I would recommend, with MNQ. And 1 point with the MNQ equals $2. Not a whole lot, but like I said, you don't have to stay on the MNQ forever, but just ease your way in. And then once you get more comfortable with MNQ, if you want to hop to the NQ, that's fine. The NQ 1 point is worth $20. So as you can see, $2 per point versus $20 per point. The NQ is definitely the one that can really moves. But when you're just getting started, start with the MNQ. Does that make sense, Kumar? Perfect. Again, code Clay is important because the deal and the way it works is, yes, you get the 30% off right here. But as is the case with the vast majority of prop firms, I think all of them, I guess I can't say that for sure. But when you move from the test into the pro accounts is where you make money, you get paid money. But in order to make that jump, prop firms have what's called an activation fee, including Take Profit Trader. Theirs is $130. But if you use code Clay, not only do you get the 30% off, but this here is also $0. So no activation fee. Entry 21,185. Okay. All right. We'll take that. Verse ace is in. Stop loss is at 75. Okay. All right. Thank you, verse ace. There we go. Everything ahead of time. That's how you do a chef's kiss alert right there. I'm still researching and reading books. I haven't made my first day trade yet. Well, how much money do you have to day trade with, Empress? I know that's kind of a personal question, but it's actually a pretty important question. Uh-oh, verse ace. Getting close to getting stopped. 1 point is $5 and moves slower and less volatile. Well, I mean, I hear you, Wall Street. I don't really disagree at all. I would just say, yeah, but 1 MNQ is worth $2 per point. So it's worth even less than that. But either way, yes, MES, MNQ. I'm not going to get in a fist fight over that. Verse ace, hanging in. Uh-oh. No, not like this. Not like this. 75 is verse ace to stop. Not like this. No, please. No, not like, okay, I don't know, maybe. Okay, good try, verse ace. Good try. All right, looking to buy at the pink line. My stop right there. Come on, a little bit more down. This is somewhat a bit of catching a falling knife. So that's why I'm running with a tight stop here. Ah, there is the bounce. If it wants to come back down, might give it another try. No, Empress, how much do you have to, like when you are going to fund your trading account, how much money are you going to put in your trading account? Because that's going to tell you whether or not you can be a day trader in some ways. But that's why I asked for that specific number. It's actually a very important number. This might be the bottom. So are you going to hop back in versus Ace, or what are you doing? $2K. Okay. Well, just with 2,000, that's fine. But you will not be able to be a day trader, and I am defining a day trader as somebody that can buy and sell in the same day as often as they want. You will not be able to do that in the world of stocks or options because there is something called the pattern day trading rule, which says that if you have less than $25,000, you're only allowed to have 3 day trades every 5 days. And again, a day trade being defined as you buy and sell in the same day. So you can only do that 3 times every 5 days. So day trading and day trading stocks and options would be out. This is why here we talk about Pam's plant, which is an argument for why day trading futures through a prop firm is best. And the main reason that pertains to you is you could be a day trader in futures because that pattern day trading rule that I just talked about, there is none. So you could definitely be a day trader as I've defined it within the world of futures. But also, it's Pam's plant. You want to day trade futures through a prop firm. And the reason why a prop firm would be good is it's got low capital required. And you said $2,000. So you could protect that $2,000 via not putting it all at risk. So don't take that $2,000 and go day trade futures because of this right here. That $2,000 could be gone just like that in the world of futures because futures move and they move quick. But you'd want to use a prop firm because with a prop firm, not only is there low capital required, but you do have that added risk control specifically via how you get to protect your own money. So you had mentioned $2,000. So check this out, $2,000, if we hop over to the prop firm, you could go and get, you could afford any of these, but let's just say you did the 50K. So you would get 50,000 of purchasing power, and it would only cost you $119. So your actual risk is only $119 because if you go and you lose more than they want you to lose, and in this situation, right here you can see that the drawdown of $2,000, that's the amount that you'd be allowed to lose. But if you were to lose that, that doesn't mean you specifically lose $2,000. It just means you lose the cost of the account because you lose your account, which is $119. So the consequence of losing $2,000 within the prop firm is that they will take the account away from you. But that didn't actually cost you the $2,000. It only cost you the $119. And the nice thing here is that you could try again. So if you're using your own money in futures and you have a bad trade and it costs you $2,000, well, guess what? Your journey's over because you just lost your entire amount. But in this situation, if you have $2,000, but you choose to just do the prop firm, well, it only costs you $119, so minus $119, so you still have $1,801 left. But if you were to go and, like I said, violate the rule and lose more than $2,000, you could always try again. But the nice thing with the prop firm that I'm recommending is that you can do a reset, which means it doesn't cost you $119 anymore to get that account back, just cost you $100. So you could go and try again for minus $100. And you could go and, I don't know, maybe a FOMO, so you lose that account, minus 100. Then you go in a revenge trade. You lose that one. You want to try again, minus 100. You go and you just get caught in a crazy move, but you want to try again, minus 100. You go and you get kind of close, but then you just lose your mind for whatever reason. So you blow up that account, minus 100. So think about that. Each time you blow an account, you're getting multiple trades, you're learning, you're fine-tuning, you're trying to figure stuff out. But this time, you make several trades, but then eventually, FOMO gets you again. So you want to try again, but minus 100. You not get another account. You're doing well. You're learning, you're fine-tuning. And then, the revenge trade voice shows back up and you force trades. You go on tilt. So that's another one gone. So minus 100. And then you go and you get another one. And this time you're doing very well. But then Trump tweets something. The price explodes. Well, account gone. But you want to try again, minus 100. And then let's just say you do something stupid again on the next count, minus 100. You do more stupid things, minus 100. You do even more stupid things, minus 100. And then after all that failure, you go on a little bit of a hot streak. You go on a groove. And you're actually able to get, in prop firm lingo, $1,500 in payouts. So let's plus this by 1,500. Now you're at 2201. What did you start with? Well, you started with 2,000. So after all that carnage, all those stupid things, everything that went wrong, you're actually still up $201. Whereas had you done that 2,000 with your own money, your journey would have ended a long time ago. So the point here is that prop firms do not guarantee success. What I'm telling you is they're more efficient in learning because they give you more opportunity. So it's like, I like to use the example of if you want to learn how to hit a golf ball straight, logic would suggest that the more swings you get, the better the odds are that you figure out how to hit it straight. Now, there's no guarantees that you ever figure out how to hit it straight, but if you get, 100 swings versus 3 or 4 swings, the person that's got 100 swings seems to have a better chance to get it figured out. And that's what a prop firm is giving you. It's just giving you more swings to hit the golf ball. Does not mean that you'll ever find success in hitting the golf ball straight, but it does give you more swings. So that is where, from just a learning efficiency standpoint, Pam's Plant is where it's at. And as I've said many times before, Pam's Plant is not an argument that you can't make money day trading options or day trading stocks or day trading forex or day trading crypto. It's an argument of efficiency. It is the most efficient way to go about day trading. So I hope that helps you, and I hope that helps anybody else that's listening. But yeah, that's the ultimate goal with the live stream here, is I want people to be aware of Pam's Plant. Because Pam's Plant, for us in the category of day trading, it makes the most sense, all mathematically based. They still don't understand. I'm not sure who you're talking to or what you're talking about. Marvin, would you recommend going for a max payout? I think just get yourself paid, Marvin. That's where I would go. Oh, so I had my alert out, or I forgot about these orders that whole time. So still not filled though. Does that all make sense, Empress? Again, I'm looking to buy at the green line. My stop is at the red line. That's what I was leaning. Well, congrats on your payout, Marvin. That's great, man. Awesome. I mean, and I'm not saying that's the right way to go about it. I'm just saying that because you'll get answers from all sorts of different angles. But yeah, first one, just get yourself paid. Again, I'm looking to go long at the green line here. My stop is the red. See if this is maybe some sort of double bottom here. I also like the 5-minute. Bring that over. We have the 200 period right there. So see if we can get some sort of double bottom off of the 200 period. But step one is it's gotta first come down to that green line. Which I don't know if it wants to do or not. So we got a new 5-minute candle that started. So we got another lower shadow. So there does seem to be, buyers hanging around around in this area. So that's what my thought is. If it comes back down here, will history repeat itself where these buyers show up once again? No guarantee that they will show up, but I mean, they've shown up before, so it seems at least halfway rational on my part to think that, they might show up again. Sounds good, Empress. Good. I'm glad that makes sense. And if you want to support the channel, if you enjoy the content, if you enjoy just kind of me pointing that stuff out, doing that sort of teaching, when you do sign up for Take Profit Trader, use code CLAY. Not only does it give you the discounts, but like I said, it's a way to support the channel. How do you decide where to put your stop loss line? In a spot that you deem to be logical. I like my stop losses in good, logical spots. Hey, thanks, Joshua. Appreciate that. Well, I guess I'm going to cancel that order out now. And back to the drawing board. Is the ES finally gotten lined up? Earlier, the ES... Oh, wow. Okay, so that got really crazy on the ES2. But V-shape right back up also. More of a pullback here. So a lot of buyers have, right here. I mean, check out the volume profile. That's why I like the volume profile. Notice the peak of it's right here. So you extend this out. So that was another reason why I was trying to buy down around that area, because you've had a lot of action right here before. So I still may give it a try, but we'll see. Very much it's the training. Yeah, exactly, Empress. Yep. Been watching for a while since your Tesla options. Oh, wow. You're an old timer then. Yep, still around, Marvin. And yeah, day trading futures now through the prop firm. I have come to the light. I have come to see the mathematical truths of the situation. So yeah, hopefully you'll be back some more, Marvin. If you decide, hey, do you use Take Profit Trader as your prop firm? If not, consider them. They got a great payment policy. The best in the business, I would say. How do you deal with trailing drawn? But just got to manage that risk. Don't get overly greedy. Don't be the guy that shows up. I'm only happy if I hit a grand, if I hit a grand slam. That don't work. Well, I mean it could work, but that's why I like prop firms. This part right here, I put that as a good thing. The rules. Yes, they have rules. Yes, they won't let you go out there and, behave as a degenerate. But you know what? That's a good thing. When the rules are going to force you to focus on risk control, risk management, and have discussions about how you should best manage risk, how you should best control the environment from a risk standpoint, that is a good thing. I got an account now. So you just got an account when you use my code, or you have an account already, but when you get another one, you'll use my... Read your statement. I'll use your code for TPT. I got an account now. So did you just got an account right now? But did you not use... You see what I mean, MMM? I think... I'm confused. Maybe God is supposed to be get. I'll get an account now. That would make sense. I'll use your code for TPT. I'll get an account now. That would make sense. Oh, I see. Next time. Gotcha. Sounds good, MMM. Well, I appreciate that. My kids will appreciate it so they can eat. No. Kumar, stop. Stop. This tells me you have not been paying attention. If you go to the link that's at the top of the screen, or that's in the message that is tagged or pinned in the top of the screen, you will go here. The most you could spend is this. No. Are you on this site, Kumar? Did you go to the prop firm? Did you go to Take Profit Trader? It makes me think you just went to some broker directly. Don't go to a broker directly. We are not. Okay, so you're on this page here. So you see, this is what you see. Is this what you see right here? Okay. Then there's no need for 2,000. Oh, well, I guess you may be talking about to be okay. I forgot you're in India. But yeah, that's select the purchasing power. I don't know the conversion for you. But yeah, select the conversion power, and then yeah, the platform that I use is right here, Tradeovate. So you'll want to, assuming you like my platform, if you like NinjaTrader or TradingView better, you can do with that. And the nice thing here is that the monthly fee goes away after you pass the test. Once you pass the test, which you can take as long as you want doing, but I always tell people get it done within a month so that you can get from the test into the pro, because once you get into the pro, there's $0 monthly fees. So yes, that is how it works, Kumar. You select your purchasing power and then your platform, and then that's it. But you do not need to, your live data feed is all included with that price. A little bit basically a bear pennant here has formed. Again, and make sure you use code Clay at the checkout so you get the discounts. You get the 30% off, and then you have the 0 activation fee. I want to say there's like a little area that says apply coupon code. Click on that. Put in CLAY. And then you click apply. Sounds good, Kumar. You're going to be, yeah. That's why I absolutely love Pam's plant. More specifically, Take Profit Trader. Because for the longest time, again, I got started, I started the website back in 2013, but I've been around trading before then. The amount of people from the UK, from Canada, from India, from Australia that would be like, hey, Clay, what broker do you recommend so I can get access to the United States markets? And there was never a clean-cut answer. But now I can just say, hey, Pam's plant, Take Profit Trader, because Take Profit Trader is open to all those countries. So that's been one of those, just from a customer service vantage point, one of those things that I've really appreciated is how they're open to so many countries. Like most countries, the vast majority of countries, they are open to, so you get instant access to the United States markets, via the futures market here. It almost brings a tear to my eye. Well, it came down there and bounced right off that level, huh? Isn't that what I was saying? No, I think I was a little bit below it, to be fair. I don't think that would have filled me anyways. Or maybe that's just what I'm telling myself, so I don't go on tilt for having missed it. I should just get long here. I mean, I could get aggressive. I got wiggle room. I could buy here. Could buy some more right here. Some more right there. Yeah. Can we change? Yeah, you can change. Yeah, yes. Good question. You can change the platform at any time you want. That's a good question. So it's not like you're getting locked in and it's do or die. What time is it? Almost 2. There's not any news at 2, is there? Let me check. The nope. All right, well, sometimes we get a little jiggy with it at like these these kind of round numbers. So 2:00 p.m. I'm not gonna touch it. Let's see if we can get, maybe I'll throw out something here in case it wants to spike down there. Okay, and uh-oh. Maybe there was news at 2 o'clock. I didn't think there was any news at 2 o'clock. Again, this is my very aggressive account, Livestream account, so I'm not advocating to behave in this manner, but that was kind of an interesting move. Yeah, do we know? Was there news? I thought I checked. Maybe I missed something. Yeah, I don't see anything either. Maybe I'll buy another. Whoop, no, not 20. 10. It wants to come up through there. Uh-oh. Oh, crap. I did not mean to have 30. What am I doing? Okay, I'm out. That was a total mistake. I did not mean to go up to 30 that quickly, but it did work out in my favor. The only thing I see is replacing the feds, but the White House says it's fake news. Okay, well. I mean, that's 3 NQ, Marvin, so it's not... Ooh. Now, is this about to V-shape on me? Maybe. Back test of the VWAP. Yeah, I like the oops situations. I only meant to buy another as it came back up because I figured, okay, if this starts to come back up, that'd be a sign of strength. So I want to add some more. But somehow I added like twice as much as what I wanted. But it worked out because it did actually come back up and show strength. So I was certainly right to have added where I did. And in hindsight, I was right to have added twice. But my point is I never did. I mean, transparency is like I did not mean to add twice. I don't know. Is this a short back test right here? Or is this one of these jolts that's just going to come right back up? Hey, brother. Yeah, who's they? Frank has got his tinfoil hat on. Who's they? Please tell us who they is. Frank just put on his tinfoil underwear. Exactly, Judd. You know. Huh? Them. Trading problems don't usually work out. Yeah, the good news is if trading mistakes happen at things that where they do make sense. Like I said, where I was looking to buy didn't make sense for the reasons already discussed. So it does help when the mistakes happen at areas that do make sense. Doesn't mean that'll work out. But many times for me, the mistakes happen at areas that I'm like, okay, that made no sense to do what just happened there. But in that situation, I'm glad it worked out. Okay, all right. I'm thinking of maybe again, try building here. Try building. Let's get aggressive here, folks. Hold on. Buckle up. Buckle up. Don't get scared. Again, this is very aggressive trading. Exactly, Frank. That's what it was. No, what that setup I played was the iron monkeypox. That's what we call that one. Iron monkeypox. Got to be careful with the iron monkeypox, though. Sometimes you think it's iron, but it's actually bronze. Now, if this comes back down here, I'm looking to play the daddy long legs diabetic spider, okay? Coming down here, daddy long legs diabetic spider. That's the setup I'm looking at right now. Show me some diabetes. Come on. Come on for that daddy long leg spider. Let's go. Notice the volume profile here is creeping up higher and higher. So yes, there is indeed quite a bit of, which makes sense, right? You have some consolidation here. Not just the daddy long legs, it's the daddy long legs diabetic spider, which are two separate setups. Daddy long legs is different than the one I'm playing here, Marvin. Let's not mislead people. Let's not mislead people. P&L looking good. Yeah, so far so good. I'm not a big fan of that one, Kyle. So we'll have to agree to disagree that that's a good setup. Agree to disagree. What I do see developing here, though, is the peanut butter rhino. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Maybe peanut butter rhino. Need the rhino horn to poke up through the peanut butter can and then come back down. Okay, here we go. It's up through the can. Is the horn going to come back down? Is the peanut butter going to slow it down? Uh-oh, peanut butter's not slowing it down. Come on, peanut butter. Ooh, this rhino looks strong. This is a strong rhino horn. I don't care about peanut butter. Okay, there it is. Just all of a sudden like that. Take it out for the scalpy scalp. The peanut butter rhino horn setup for the scalpy scalp. How do you like them apples? Or how do you like that peanut butter? What? What? Don't doubt it. Don't ever doubt the rhino horn peanut butter setup play. Okay, you understand? Don't question it. Oh, you want to try again, peanut butter boy? Let's go, Rhino. You want some more peanut butter? Let's go. Let's see if that peanut butter wants to show up again. All right, I guess the peanut butters may be strong in this situation. We'll watch it over here on the 5-minute now. 67. I'm going to go ahead and throw out an order up there. Looking to play the left-handed ostrich. So this is the left-handed ostrich setup. Come on, left-handed ostrich. Let's go. If it does want to come back down, I'm looking to play it here on the long side. I can. What do we call this one? I don't remember. If I get long down here, what's that setup called? Can somebody remind me? What's this one called? No, it's not the No, it's not the Brogen. That's not the bronze Trojan horse. Ah, that's it. The double peanut butter. The double peanut buster. Double peanut buster. That's it. Come on, double peanut buster. Yeah, silly you. You got to step up your game, Kyle. Show it some respect. Look at that. I should have kept the peanut butter in there. It turned out to be just fine. All right, I'll cancel that out at this point. I wonder how many people here are like Googling this stuff. The mere fact that some people think that like these things are real just shows how ridiculous the future space is with some of the stuff and people hijacking basic concepts and throwing ridiculous names at them. Crazy times. All right. Let me cook. Ooh, that's looking kind of spicy. Okay, this is a real pattern, people, but looking at basically a bear pennant here. Does the bear pennant get the break to the downside? That is the question. Again, to reiterate, all kidding aside, that is actually a name of a pattern, a bear pennant. Exactly, Marvin. Exactly. Okay. What would be spicy is if this thing comes up here again, hits its head on VWAP, and then comes back down. That could get interesting for sure. Is this, or do I try to just short up here? Do I try the rhino horn peanut butter setup again? Turns out my trade executed perfectly, Clay. I think so. Wasn't your target 820 if I remember right, Benjamin? I think it might have hit it. No, I'm not sure it ever hit 820. But regardless, still very, very close. I do like this from the short side. I got plenty of wiggle room. I can risk a little bit more on it. Want to see it come up through VWAP and then start to come back down, and I'll try to catch it short on the way back down. But step one, it's got to get up over VWAP. That's true. The low of that candle is at 21. So technically did not hit your, didn't quite hit the 820. But yes, it certainly got very, very, very close there, Benjamin. You can't deny how close it got. But if I remember right, I think yours was 820 target. But yes, certainly very close. All right. Come on. All right, yep, come on. Come on up some more. Okay. Wait, how did I hit market? I must have clicked the wrong button. All right, just a scalp there. That's not where I want. That's not how I wanted to enter in. I don't know. I must hit market instead of. So I don't even know what that was. Like $10 trade. I'm not sure. No, yeah. Where's your? Yeah, no. I remember all that, Benjamin. But I thought you said your target was 820. Either way, great job. Good job. All right, let's see if it comes up here and wants to get rejected. Okay. I want the sell limit here. I'm up 240 today. Good job. Yeah, I use the ATM. Yeah, I like the ATM order for whatever, for certain situations. At this point, why not? I got such a tight stop. So in, there we go. Stop loss is the green line right there. So very basic premise, mainly off of the 5-minute. Let's see, does this want to get rejected off the pink line or not? If it doesn't, well, then I'm going to take a losing trade and go on looking for a new trade. So like I said, let's see if it wants to get rejected off of that area or not. Love it for scalping, and the trailing stop is great. Yeah, yep. The ATM order has quite a bit of flexibility that it provides. That blinking blue line all afternoon long, so irritating. Not looking so good. We'll see if the 21 EMA and the pink line here want to reject it on the 2-minute, but looking like this might be starting to turn into a grind to the upside. And I am out. So that was a losing trade. Yeah, just ideally was playing atop of a bear pennant where it wanted to maybe come back. Not that I was looking for it to necessarily retest the trend line, but try to lock off some on the way down, and then the bonus would have been had it broken the trend line to still have at least a small portion for that. But no, it looks like this is actually some sort of genuine grind back up. Now from the short side, is this the short at those levels? Ooh, maybe. Should I try getting a little bit more aggressive here? We'll see. See if it wants to come back up to those areas. But then again, I don't know if this 5-minute really cares about those moving averages or not. You're going in with 15 micros, Joshua? He going in with the big size. He a big dog. That was that was a squishy gummy bear pennant. It was. Agreed. Upside down pizza wedge. I can see that. Whatever you want to call it, the upside down pizza wedge. It got me on that one, but that's all right. I'm still green on the day. That one won the battle, but so far I'm winning the war. Been chugging my water, which is what I used to be really good at, and I got to get better at it. So this is going to be more of a routine thing now in these live streams. Whoops. Woo! Listen to your mother, kids. No, they are not going across, Jam, because I do not have Bollinger Bands on this chart. So no, the Bollinger Bands are not going to cross. Yeah, bummer. Recency effect got me there. Meaning, I was kind of a little shell-shocked after that one, so I got scared to try. So the pink line is a 200 period, simple moving average. But look at that, right off its younger brother up there, the 50 period. But I was too scared to do it because I was scarred by that recent event right there. So in trading, we call that the recency effect. You can't let the recency effect get you because every trade is a new isolated moment. So, but I traded that and I was like, well, last time I was at a moving average, it didn't work out. Therefore, I'm not going to take that one. And lo and behold, that one would have been a nice little scalpity scalp. Now, a lot of these likes are fake, but just looking at the likes, can we get 7 more? We might as well just put this at 1,000. So for any of you who are here, do we have enough true enough likes to push this up to 1,000? We're at 993. Again, a lot of these are fake from the bot attack that's occurring right now. But do we have enough people to push this at least to 1,000? Come on, 2 more. 2 more. Hey, there we go, up over 1,000, even though it's not really 1,000, but I appreciate that. I took some ill-advised trades. On the big red candle, still came out on top, plus 1,100 day. Well, good on you, game the system, for not lying to yourself and trying to tell yourself that that gains came from skill. Sounds like you got lucky, but like I said, I appreciate that. Hi, Clay. Hi, how are you? Wasn't able to join the stream consistently from the past 2 weeks due to travel and work nonetheless. Yeah, LMD. Good to see you. I think you were here, the past couple days? And you're here again, so good to see you. Ma'am, if I remember right, you are one of our lady viewers. If you're a lady, hit that number 1. If you are a lady, I'm out of curiosity. If you are a female, have an entry point at 880.50. Stop loss at 870. Ooh, trying to go long. Jam. Good. LMD. Wall Street Kia. Well, no, this is easy enough. We only got 3 ladies here. All right, ladies. All right, back up to that area. Does it push up through those moving averages or not? Been a while since I put. As a reminder, this Thursday, I am offering a free class here. So if anybody's interested, I'll just throw the link in the chat right now. There we go. Like I said, it'll be this Thursday. Even if you can't make it live, it will be recorded, so you can watch it at your own convenience. But yes, there's a Q&A at the end, so you can show up, ask me questions there, pertaining to the presentation, all that sort of stuff. Do you do meetups? Yeah, I've done 8 meetups for the private community. That is for the private community. There's no way I'm doing a meetup for this thing. No offense, 98% of you are completely. I'd have no problem hanging out in person, but we've met some characters on here, including the person that's ego is so fragile that they're still doing the bot attacks. So there are definitely some weird people that I've come across on here. Like I said, somebody's ego is so fragile that they have, and continue to do these bot attacks. But yeah, the vast majority, I'd love to, but unfortunately, there's always like on this sort of stuff. Yeah, there's just weirdos out there. Well, Clay, what's the difference with the private community? Well, the private community is it's amazing what a $99 fee will do to keep out the rift draft. $99 does wonders. You had the 21. Are you taking the short trade, Frank? Are you short right now? If you are, I'll join you. If you are short right now, Frank, I will join you. Because I see what you're stepping in. No, as I was literally just discussing, this is a bot attack. The numbers are not real. I offended somebody, and now they're attacking me with fake likes and views. Correct, Anthony. Nailed it. Come on, Frank. Are you actually short right now? I will join you, but I need the answer, brother. Hurry up. Never mind. Doggone it. Look at this thing coming down now. Although the stubborn thing that's preventing the 5-minute from rolling over right now is definitely the pink line here on the 2-minute. The price keeps finding buyers right there at that 200 period. So it's making its life a little more stubborn than what probably wants it to be. Hey, brother. See what this looks like on the 5-minute. You can see that right now. That's the, I don't think anybody is. I don't think you're crazy at all if you're short right here. You have such a very tight stop. You know, if your stop is basically up around there, so you have a, you know, I don't know if that represents your risk. But if you get some sort of rollover, it's even right there. So if we look at that as your potential reward, so a nice risk versus reward scenario here. So like I said, not guaranteed to work out, but if you were short, I don't think that's crazy at all. How does bot attacks impacts your channel? I mean, more views and likes. Yeah, you would think so. I don't know what this person thinks they're trying to accomplish, LMD. It's very confusing. The only thing I could think of is they think that like YouTube is going to shut my channel down because YouTube is going to look and be like, hey, you're artificially inflating your numbers. Don't do that. Strike 1, strike 2, strike 3. But that's not the case because I'll just report. What I've been doing is after every live stream, it takes all of 15 seconds. I'll report the live stream to YouTube. Be like, hey, another bot attack. I've already been in contact with YouTube. You know, they're like, sorry about it. You know, sometimes that happens. We know it's not you. So yes, I at this point, I literally have no idea what they're trying to accomplish other than thinking it's that, which is still kind of crazy. Like all I did was I questioned their algorithm. So me questioning their algorithm literally has no impact on their real life. Like, hey, can you prove it? Hey, can you prove it? Who cares? Like that had zero impact on their life. Me questioning that, but like. They're literally trying to make an impact on my life, like because this is an income stream, this is a source of revenue. So they're like literally going at it because their ego got hurt. Like some people are mentally ill. No, I understand it more to an extent if I was like going at something that would literally affect his livelihood. But me saying, hey, could you post some entry points before your algorithm gets there? Like somehow that is obviously that's not affecting his livelihood at all. But yeah, some people are sick. Mentally sick. My guess is they either have no family or something. Because anybody with like a family, like even if I despised you, but I knew you had a family, I would never try to like take out. Now, obviously, if you're like selling meth, that's much different. But like if you're just like that, it's ridiculous. Like you can always tell who has no family. So yeah, he's probably some, guy that lives alone. I don't know. Lives in his mom's basement. But it clearly is detached from the world. But it's a sad state. It really is when you stop and think about it. And I'd love to have a conversation with the guy again. Like, here, maybe we were talking past one another. I'm open to hearing his algorithm proof, but he won't speak up anymore. So which I don't think he's even in here. I think you can do these bot attacks without having to be part of the chat. Because I've invited him several times as soon as I show up, but he never replies. But I just don't think he's even here. I think they are more towards jealousy and probably lack of... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is. But all I'm saying is, like, it's crazy to think, like, he's going after, like, a stream of revenue just because I asked him to prove that his algo is true and he wouldn't do it. Like, it seems very disproportionate. But I suppose if you're mentally sick, then... That sort of stuff doesn't really register with you. But yes, it is a weird thing, especially now. Like, I'm trying to hint and tell a person, like, you're literally wasting your money doing this. Like, in fact, you're kind of helping me out in a sense. Several people have shown up and they're like, well, it may be fake, but it got my attention. The algorithm recommended it to me. And YouTube knows because it shows me my views. So it showed, so many viewers the entire time. But here, I'll show you what YouTube shows as my views. Because they're now aware. So, like, they understand. So, like, these are my views, which is very normal. I've had about 20, maybe it's a little inflated, but behind the scenes, that is my views. Basically, the entire live stream, I've supposedly had 1,900 viewers. So obviously, YouTube algorithm is recognizing that they're fake, and they're telling me a much more accurate level. So, I mean, bot guy, if you're working, or if you're watching, I mean, go spend your money somewhere else, I guess. I don't know what to tell you. But at this point, yes, I do agree. I guess I have somebody that's helping me out because they're making my numbers look higher than they actually are. If I'm right, I think there are bots that can help. No, yeah, you're incorrect. Because if there were, I'd like to think YouTube would tell me about them. I could be wrong. See, GFs. He's like, I saw 1934 watching, so I clicked on the video. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I guess in all actuality, I should probably just keep my mouth shut about this being, bot attacks. Because, yeah, usually we're right around between 150 to 200 people. My goal is to get up to 1,000, but like I said, I just started a live stream 4 months ago, so little bit at a little bit. Well, but GFE is here, GF. Hopefully you're enjoying GF. I know we've had a couple people like GF that showed up like, hey, I enjoy. I don't know if I'd ever would have found you, but the bot attacker is actually helping you out. So yeah, it's all weird now. It's all just weird. All right, we're at a potential area to maybe get short, and I could put a tight stop. Long-time viewer of your videos, first time. Yeah, well, good to have you. Good to have you. I was wondering why am I kind of sitting here and just feeling like nothingness in my mind. But then I look and I say, all right, we're almost at the 4-hour mark. So that makes sense. Since 4 hours is kind of right around my my max point of brain power. All right, let me add in maybe another. Unless this thing doesn't, is this thing going to just keep breaking out at this point? All right, never mind on that one. That's a loss too. Well, I tried the rejection of that one, but it's pushing through now also. So that's a couple losing ones in a row. But I am certainly willing to get a little bit more risky on this account when I was plenty in the green anyway, so still plenty green. Well, good, G. I'm glad you found the live stream. Yeah, live stream every day, 11 a.m. Eastern. Usually I'm a little early, but 11 a.m. Eastern will be the latest I'm here. I want to thank you, Clay. Since I have started watching your stream, I gave a try at futures. Nice. Did you use code Clay LMD? Did you use code Clay? Please tell me you used code Clay. But even if you didn't, I'm very glad to hear that you are enjoying futures. Always feels good when people show up and say, "Hey, Clay, thank you. I'd never heard of Pam's plant before, but thank you for letting me know about it. Thank you. It feels great." Always good satisfaction in that. And the best part is if they use code Clay, then I'm getting the best of good world. I'm getting a good dopamine hit because it does feel good to have somebody genuinely thank you. That feels good. But then if you use code Clay and I get a little, slice of the pie in my pocket to help somebody solve a problem feels great, but to also get paid to do that feels even better. So hopefully LMD used code Clay. Oh my goodness, LMD did not. Wow, I thought we were friends. Thought we were friends. Sometimes you just gotta reflect on life and realize that people you think are your friends are not actually your friends. I did not know that you were in the UAE. I thought you were in America. Thought you were in America. So could you use Take Profit Trader if you wanted to? I think you could use them in UAE. Let's see. Maybe I'm wrong. Are they in the banned list of countries? Where's you? No, what in the world? You could have used code Clay. You're not on... That country's not over here. Am I missing? No, there's no United... What in the world? But then there is a flip side where you pour a lot of effort into somebody and you're like trying to help them out. They're like, "Oh, did you use code Clay?" No, I didn't. It's like, "Oh, okay. All right. All right." But that also comes with the territory. Did I say that? I don't know. Oh, well, I guess I misspoke then. Because they're not on this list. Yeah. Now, just as an FYI, if you see your country on this list, that's not good. That means that Pam's plant is not available to you. These are all banned countries. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and call it good. The chat has slowed down to basically nothing. Nobody's talking. I'm kind of mentally burnt out anyways. We're at the 4-hour mark. So I'm going to go ahead and call it good. Before I go, though, as always, if you are looking for a prop firm, if you're a beginner, intermediate, or advanced, definitely go with Take Profit Trader. They are the best prop firm by far, whatever level you're at. Have the best payment policy, have the cleanest set of rules. If you're already involved in prop firms, so I would consider you an intermediate or advanced prop firm trader, and you use Apex, but you do enjoy the channel and you're looking to help support it, then you can use code Clay. And I definitely, myself and my kids, thank you in advance for that. But again, if you're a beginner, definitely start with Take Profit Trader, as they're going to give you the cleanest set of rules and give you the best taste in your mouth as far as how prop firms work. But after you get Take Profit Trader figured out and you start to get that rolling, if you do want to expand your prop firm empire, then yeah, Apex is another one that you could look at. And like I said, if you do want to get the discounts and want to support the channel, code Clay will allow that to happen. So that is all I have, everybody. I appreciate your time as always. I'll be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern time. But everybody take care and have a great rest of your day.